Hello, amigo. Eagle Gardens. Eagle Garden 1 on Instagram. And this is episode 734.5. Of course, this is WEedNerdWorld. We guys are coming back from a break from the last show. Good fun right here. Yes. And a true thing. Yep. But baby, I'll make it. Okay. What's up, Marshall? Southern BT, John. Cheers to you guys. I don't know, but I smoke a lot of weed. Unfortunately. Yes. I'll start this one out long or full. Jack, what's up? Gosh dang it. Cheers to you. I resisted the urge to guys, go to the gym. Almost half. I've been spending with talking to Captain. How you doing? Anybody, some McGraw fans? He's got a couple good ones. For sure. Gonna throw some. I'm actually smoking last of Zoo's critical ass. What's left of that? What good time bud? I'm gonna top it off a little bit of the runts. Ash I got from just here. Maltese. Pretty good stuff. Couple of nuts, keep on top. Happy day. What are you guys smoking at? I shared. I'll send you guys share. Oh, but baby, I'm a real good man. Stuff. Yeah, yeah. Dude, like kind of matches the shirt. What's up, Brett? How you doing? Kim Frog. Sounds pretty last month. Here. GMO times jet wheel gelato. There we go. Wow. Where are we gonna go from here? But of profits of rage. Fuck it. Where we're going from there. Yep. Yeah. Up the American one. Polity. Wait. What do you guys call that? Thank you, bitch. Southern BT, bro. A double trouble. Gee. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But I like didn't play that. Field culture. Cheers. Can't believe I don't get more tap. Can you hear me now? What's up, kitty? We be back. We be back. Too funny. Too funny. Captain is away. The other way. What's up, Great Finger?
About to kill my dog right now.
Oh man, I can relate somewhat, man. For me, it's not the barking; it's looking
The humping?
and the humping. Yeah,
Yeah, mine are trying to go after the coyotes right now. So, like, and then they try to go after each other because they get mad. So it's like, shut the fuck up and stop trying to go after each other, dude.
What, your dogs are trying to hump coyotes?
No, but cheers. That's a good one.
Hey, Robert.
If it was only 8 bot, they might try to do that, but no.
Hey,
It's a lot
bot.
more. It might be their life that they pay with.
Cheers, Eagle.
cheers, cheers to Mr. Tao. Tao coming in right behind you.
What's up, Eagle? Green Fingers, Captain 420.
What's up, Pound Town Tao?
Yo, Green Fingers. We were watching one of the replay episodes of Eagle, and it was the first shout out he gave you. It was during that episode. I forget who it was now. But he was adding you to the book as he was doing the shout outs that night.
Hell yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
Like 2 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, it's been a minute now.
It's been a minute that I've been watching.
Yeah.
I've been watching since you had the red background and your face like that, all fucking, all
It's
like
been a
badass.
minute. It's been bad a minute. Yeah, it's been the replay. The replays have been kind of fun to look back and check it out. Some of the older shit. I like the random order too.
Tell you
Got
what.
an episode coming up here soon, going to be 738, which just happens to be double my episode.
It's went pretty quickly, man. That's for sure.
Hey, I keep track of shit like that.
Your tongue is a lot faster on the shout outs nowadays, Eagle.
It's gotta be.
Gotta
Okay.
be. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Only like 145 more shout outs.
Growing.
Yo, has Ned Denver, did I miss his episode? Is he doing an episode? What's up with Ned Denver?
I don't know. Ned should do an episode, man. He puts
Yeah,
in the
man.
work.
He's like the fucking replay. He's like right there, promoting it, pushing it, telling everyone, check it out. He's got to do an episode so he could come up and hang out.
Yeah, he tried to get me. He
Yeah.
helped me get my episode. Like he
I
helped
guess
me line my shit up.
when they're ready.
Get that Ohio boy on here.
I
agree.
tell everyone they should when I realize, and then I'm like, shit, I don't want to say nothing. Maybe they did an episode and I missed it. They'll be like, fuck you, you weren't watching it?
Right? I've asked that before, and people just shook their head and been like,
Yeah, some people
episode
like,
number
nah,
2.
man, I ain't gonna go
I'm
on
like,
like TV or whatever.
yeah. Well, I
We'll
was
let
a
that stop you from recruiting some people, Tal.
I'll keep trying. Yeah, you definitely had some good ones, really good ones. They're all good. They really are.
Doing some pulling up some past guests for some new ones there here for the next week or so. I'm gonna Pedro and Dizzy were supposed to be tomorrow, but they're gonna be Saturday instead. And then tomorrow it's gonna be Michael Fang from Gage Green Group. And we're going to be talking about the organics, up and coming organics cup here in Michigan instead. A little switch, but still a good show, and shows all this week, probably all next week as well. Back to the kind of the regular schedule. I told you guys once we got back to the winter, man, it'd probably get back to normal.
I enjoy talking to Michael Fang.
He's a smart dude.
Yeah. I mean, you've had some bangers on the past week too.
Yeah. I was
know.
like listening to Breeder Steve.
Yeah, he's always
you-
a fun episode.
Tal has a crush on Breeder Steve.
You like his voice?
He definitely has. He could be a cartoon character or something.
He could be anything. Freaking, his voice is awesome, dude. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a few firsts, as Jack pointed out here, man. This show was first when Jack showed his face.
Yeah.
One of the few Tal showed his face.
That's right.
Accidentally, purposely.
I was upset Chad Westport didn't show his face first on Eagle's show. I forget what show it was though, but it wasn't Eagle.
Maybe.
And then you look.
Maybe.
Then you look at my episode compared to now when, you know, I showed my face, but then I shaved the hair off and I look totally different.
I think one of the people in a great way that looks completely different from their first visit to now is Green 13. He looks a little
Remember
different.
that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
he does.
sunglasses, the background and stuff.
He's all hypey, hype. Like, he seemed like he was like the cool kid. Fucking awesome shit. Bro.
He's still a cool kid. You
Hell
just
yeah.
say,
Now he's just an older cool kid. He seemed really young in his episode, man. Like,
that's debatable. I'd say he still does.
Yeah. real hip and shit.
Well, as we get older, more gray hairs pop up. And they can come quick, let me tell you.
Or just having kids will do it. And shit like that. Gotta change somebody's life.
So was Breeder Steve accurate when he was saying that pretty much those grows over there kind of like on the honor system right now?
Yeah. And so is the selling too. They do send people around to check for permits, but I know of a couple shops here in town that don't have government permits, but you know, we've got pictures with the cops standing right next to them saying we're open to sell.
Dude.
But yeah, it's still a free for all. You know, come and swing, that's it. If you came over and did something, you know, like we do back in the States, in the red states, right now, you can make bank out here.
Is there an insatiable appetite for people to buy the shit?
Believe that question was directed towards you, Kev.
He's got his mute button on. I don't think he knows.
Muted
Maybe.
himself. Maybe he had to mute himself.
Yeah, maybe something happened.
Neighbor.
I hope the MPs didn't come in.
There he goes.
Oh shit,
Nope.
he's on mute again.
There he
Oh, all
goes.
right, there he is. Captain.
Hey, something went wrong with my audio.
Oh shit.
Shit.
They're listening to us. Yeah.
they're listening to us, Captain.
They are, yo. Take your battery out of your phone right quick.
Yeah. They're on to you, brother.
Right quick. Where'd you pick that up, Green Fingers? That's a Southern thing. Right quick. I said that. This chick was like, what? She's like, you've been down there too long.
Oh, now he's gone and shit. Maybe he did rip the battery out of that shit.
I hope he fucking did. I hope he flushed the fucking burner phone and goes gets another one real quick.
Yo, man, this fucking helicopter was following me all day. I swear it.
You too? Just kidding. I love that
So-
movie.
You think Burner was the first person to have a burner phone?
No, but that's a great one now. Fucking oh shit. I got two phones.
He's back. He's back. Captain's back.
Sorry about that, guys. My audio went out.
You better be sorry, Captain.
Yeah. Apology not accepted.
Yo, so
If
Is there
the
enough
apology
people to
ain't
buy it?
accepted, then kiss my ass.
there you go.
Donnie Burger real quick. Hold on. Donnie Burger. Let me get that ready.
Yeah, yeah.
But Captain, is there enough people to buy all the shit that they can make and plus some?
Well, that's the thing. Right
Mhm.
now, everything that I see selling is what they call exotic, which is all the stuff from the States. And it's not being sold even at the place I go to, you know, they sell more than just the normal place where they'll sell 1 gram of this and 1 gram of that because of the price. I listed the other day on Instagram the new prices and the quantities that you can buy. And you can now buy up to 100 grams, mix or match, for 27,000 baht, which is yeah, just around $800. But that's still $800 for under a QP.
Yeah, that's not bad.
But it's the same cannabis, it's the same strains time after time. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason why the price has dropped. The price is dropping about 50 baht a gram every 7 to 10 days. And I'm starting to see some really good grown Thai weed. I should say weed grown in Thailand. But
Right.
still Western genetics. And then there's still genetics that people tell me the name of it, and I go, okay, where did you get that from? Because I've never heard of it.
So this
And
is
we're-
actually a question for I think Brian had for Breeder Steve. But do you think you'll see a resurgence of like the Thai stick there, and do you think it'll be worth the shit?
Well, yeah, because we're hunting for the stickiest Thai that we can find right now and the best Thai. And we're gonna tie that shit to a stick and sell it to you. No,
What was the base strain back then on the tie stick? Was it just whatever they could find dipped in oil, or was there a certain strain that they used?
well, from what I understand, the strain that I came back and gave handfuls out, that squirrel's tail was the last one that they were using in the tie stick, from what I can put together. But it's just basically weed grown in this area and close to Laos and Cambodia, and that corner area is where the majority that I have heard has come out of. Because when the military comes into that area, they could easily slip into Laos or Cambodia and get away. But I believe it was just a mixture of different weed, and that was a process that they used to kind of like today, where they have different color string on the packages, whether it be 100 grams or a kilo. They'll have different color string indicating what area it came from or what family it came from. We can put it that way, because the whole families grow up here. It's generational, just like back in the States. And it's just now that we're getting to see these farmers, because like in the States, everybody was hiding, but now that it's legal, everybody is showing their plants.
Potent Pines has some IG posts of him showing some landrace tie stick, or tie weed rather.
Yeah, that's at the facility that he's at. And yeah, man, I think Potent lucked out on that job. I'm watching some of these posts he's putting up, and it's like, man, I wish I could live like that in Thailand. But I came here for a completely different reason. I didn't come here because cannabis was becoming legal. I came here because I'm happy.
There you go, yeah.
And that's why I live in a small little house. But living in that small little house allows me to go travel and see places that you can only read about in books.
There
And
you go.
smoke cannabis in those places too.
Oh shit! Oh, my dog just threw it.
Rats. Rats. Oh, what?
What's up?
Ooh. Let me see here. Like they fucking sent Smiley a fucking video earlier. I can't find it. It's not wrong count there. Fucking fucking some dog, this little dog humping this bigger dog from like head face to the ass there. I still like that's what's going on behind me the whole time of the show. They started it again tonight, man. You can see me like looking over my shoulder going, come on, quit it. Quit it, you fucker. Oh man. Dogs are crazy. I don't miss having them like green fingers though.
No, Conan. My dog's in the bread.
So
Hey,
Tyler,
whatever.
when you coming to a Michigan event, man? You've been here before, haven't you?
I've been in Michigan, but not for a cannabis event. Yeah, I gotta make it. I don't know.
Tao came here to eat.
Yeah,
There was
I
an
gave that
eating
a
competition.
It was. It's so bizarre. Yep. Marshall, Michigan.
What were you eating?
Reuben sandwiches.
Oh man.
When?
No, I didn't. I don't know when I did that. I must have came in second or third. But
So is
no,
that
I
something
definitely didn't win.
you actually did for like a while, or I mean, did you just
Yeah,
like
I
random
told you the story.
going to
Yeah,
in Michigan for a sandwich?
we went there twice, just twice. Yeah. The way it was just an event that the guy got, and they liked us, so they invited us back the next year. And then after that, I think he sold the joint. I'm not sure, but yeah, I told you how I got started, right? I know I did. We went to this roast beef place when I was working, and it had a big banner, first annual roast beef eating contest. I'm like, man, you say we did so good, I'll come for free lunch. So I called up the dude. I'm like, yeah, I want to enter. So I entered, and I ended up tying for second with like some weird beef tongue eating champ of the world or something. And the guy that hosted the event is like, man, you could be pretty good. You should come to more events. So I started doing it, and I was placing second or third in like every event. Well, and partly once I like realized that maybe I could do this was when I was in college. I was like the beer, like you have a race with a solo cup. So we would race people at the dorm at the fucking, what do you call them, frat houses and shit, and I could always crush everyone. And they even brought in ringers a couple times, and me and this one guy tied like 10 times in a row. I drank so much beer that night, but I was like, yeah, I could do this. So I ended up starting to go to the events, and I was always placing second or third, because there's this one guy that could just eat so much, it was ridiculous. But I hung out with those guys, and the guy who ran the whole thing smoked weed. So he would always want me to come along to, like, we would go, I went to Mexico, Oklahoma, Texas. We went to Canada. Yeah, I went to so many different states, Georgia, to do eating events, which was cool. I got to, and they paid for room and board and everything. And I'm like, yeah, I'm coming with free lunch, at least free lunch. But then as we traveled around, they found dudes that could eat me under the table, and they would start showing up all the time. Then, yeah, it wasn't that much fun when I was just a pretender, not a contender. So I kind of slacked off, but I kept looking around. Like if they were close, I would want to go, but it kind of fell off now in general. But yeah, that's the whole story of me and my eating escapades. It was good for like a year and a half. I did it. And I would always pack a quarter ounce in my carry-on bag. And that's what I never checked there for like 2-3 days. I guess the most we were at a spot was for 4 days. And I could always stuff it in a duffel bag. And I don't trust letting them go into the gully with it. That, especially these New York airports, they go through your shit, take what they want, and then put it back. So yeah, I always did the carry-on. I put it right in. I would have cargo shorts. I put it in the side pocket of my cargo shorts, fold it like on the inside of them, and yeah, I knock on wood. I never got they never like found it, said to throw it out or anything like that. They just never found it, or if they did, they didn't say they did. A couple times they took out everything, and it was like shortly after that 9/11, they were sticking these probes, like with like a like a Swiffer kind of thing, but it was like a really small thing. That I don't know what they were doing, but somehow they were just sticking in looking for explosives. Yeah, but I don't know how it detected it. But they did that a couple times, and they took out everything a couple times. And yeah, a couple times a dude sitting next to me was like, man, I know you have weed. And she's like, you smell so much like weed. And I was like, yeah, well, I don't leave home without it.
So I have multiple questions here. One, was it your secret ingredient? Two, did you look like your icon when you were eating? 3, Was it for volume? Was it for like speed, or was it overall like quantity?
Well, I tried a couple different things. I thought if I got really stoned, you know, I get the munchies, I kick ass at the shit. But that didn't work because with Cottonmouth, you can't really go crazy, or at least not me anyway. I couldn't do it with the Cottonmouth. So there were different kind of events. Usually it was only 8 minutes, but sometimes there was a couple that were 10 minutes, and sometimes there was some that were like 5 minutes. Most, you know, whoever ate the most. And there was some that whoever just finished first one, you know, whatever was put in front of them. So it was a little different every time. But yeah, I had the hat. I had the hat just like that. And it was like, the guy asked me, I need a moniker, he called it, for you know, when I introduced you at the roast beef eating contest. And I'm like, I don't know. And I'm like, I guess call me the American. So that's what he went with.
Because the icon looks like he could be like in an eating contest. Like
Yeah,
that.
that's me taking the bite out of the world.
Heard that. Cheers, Jay.
Jack.
Cheers, everybody.
Yeah.
I was gonna pick Tao's brain on the eating contest stuff, as I've never actually gotten into competitive eating, but I could eat a ridiculous amount of food pretty quick. And I followed a few competitive eaters. Still follow Joey Chestnut. He just set the chicken finger record this year on National Chicken Finger Day at one of those southern restaurants. What the hell is the name? Raising Cane's, the best chicken fingers, in my opinion, as far as fast food goes. But anyway, he ate 41 in 5 minutes. Pretty insane. He's the hot dog eating contest champion, for those who don't know. But there's another dude out there, LA Beast, I followed for a while, who was very impressive, like former college football player. And some of the people that take that stuff seriously, like the woman, the Black Widow, she was only like 90 pounds, but she could eat like, I want to say like 15 or 20 pounds, maybe even more food and water in a competition. And it's like, it's a serious, it's really intense physical, like exercise in a sense, but they train, like they'll eat like just like heads of cabbage and lettuce and all sorts of shit to stretch their stomachs out, because it's like basically low calorie, but it's like large and it's a lot of fiber. So if you just eat a bunch of it, you're not going to like overdo it with calories, but it'll stretch your stomach out before the competition. That's one of the tricks that people would do, but you actually have to like condition your jaw. Like you see Joey Chestnut dunks all of his stuff in water, like to make the hot dog buns go down easier. It's like little stuff like that. Do you guys have Jersey Mike's where you guys are at? The sandwich shop?
We got our first one like a year ago around here, I think.
You know, so anybody out there who has them, you know what a giant sandwich or a giant sub is? It's like, I want to say a 16-inch, maybe 18-inch sub.
Damn,
And
now I'm
it's like
getting hungry.
it's their biggest, most expensive sub. But I got really pissed off in college one time because I got their giant Philly cheesesteak and I was still hungry after. And I went to Chipotle, which is like pretty filling, and ate a Chipotle burrito, like within like half an hour of each other. And so I told that to some random manager of a Jersey Mike's when I was like, I thought he was working at the clothing store that I was at shopping. I was like, excuse me, do you know where this is? Like shoelaces. And he turned around and his uniform was a Jersey Mike's uniform, not the clothing store. And I felt like an idiot. But then my buddy's like, oh, this guy over here thinks that he could eat 2 giant subs in one sitting. And the guy at Jersey Mike's is like, no fucking way, man. You can't eat 2 giants. And I was like, I bet you I fucking can. And he's like, if you can eat 2 of them in under half an hour, like I'll give them to you for free or some shit like that. So we showed up like a week later and I ate both of them in like under 15 minutes. And so I definitely think I might have some capacity for the competitive eating as well. It's one of those things, like you're talking about chugging beer.
Yeah, you should go to an event then, Jack. Yeah, because there's a couple of people that are just like anomalies that are skinny as fuck and they could just eat unbelievable, dude. This one kid, we call him, what was his name? Goose Gilbert. We call him Goose Gilbert, but he ate like 10 pounds of strawberries in 8 minutes, dude. Like that's
insane.
Yeah, like just
You need to be
yeah.
mentally prepared to do some shit like that. Like that's a fuck ton of strawberries. And yeah, that's real impressive. I knew a dude who was like under 100 pounds and probably around 5 feet tall, but he could eat like 2.5 to 3 large pizzas by himself, like without even straining. He would just
Yeah.
demolish it.
And there's a lot of people that were good, but these new kids came up, like Joey Chestnut, man. He just crushes. It's unbelievable what he did with the hot dogs.
He's been crushing it for a
And-
while. He won while like knocking somebody out, like some protester or somebody like came up on stage to like
So
make some
knocked him off the
statement.
stage.
He like chokeholded him and like tossed him and then gets right back to fucking eating. Like, dude, he wasn't fucking around. He was there to get his money and get his record.
But yeah, I've heard stories. What a lot of them do right before the event, they'll get gallons of water, and they'll just chug as much of that water as they can until they puke it back up. But like, if you put 2 gallons of water in your body, even if you puke it up, like that stretches out your stomach, so that when they go into the an hour later, or whatever, it's still stretched out, and they could just go boom. But I won't do shit like that. Yeah, you got to train, and that's the other thing. People train for these events, like Jack was saying, they get these no calorie foods. And one kid I remember telling me he'd get like cans and cans of string beans, and cabbages and shit, and just weigh the stuff out and force himself to eat it. It's true. It's like it's like competitive. They're really competitive about it. These people, some of them are crazy about it. So yeah, it was really weird. It's really like, but it was
It
fun.
becomes not about the food at all.
Fun as hell. Yeah.
It's like a physical competition at that
Yeah.
point. It's like weightlifting or something. It's a challenge.
But if you like the food, it does make a huge difference, man. Yeah.
When I was a kid, one of my buddies like won a pie eating contest at like your local, fucking carnival or whatever. That's a fun kind of eating contest where you just walk up, get a bunch of free food or whatever, and whoever wins some sort of thing for promotional.
Eagle, let me share screen. So
A rare cow picture.
yeah, I'll show you what I have some from those days. But yeah, that was like, and it's kind of like wrestling. The guy who hosted the event was like would call each competitor up, like like a wrestling.
It's like a hype man.
Almost. Yeah, exactly.
Hype you guys up.
Man. Yep. And sometimes he would get stoned and just go on and on and on. Be like, dude, cut it. But yeah, it was really fun times. But yeah, that's me. That was a hot dog one. I hate hot dogs, so I never did good there, but I always had a good time. MTV was there once. There was a kid that they were following around, Ian. I forget. I think it was Ian. Now I'm forgetting these people. But yeah, dude, that was like one of the fun a couple of years that I had. Actually, yeah, man, I've run the semi-charm kind of life. Knock on wood, man. I had fun my entire existence.
You ever do any hot stuff like hot wing
Yeah,
challenges?
dude, we did jalapenos. Is that what you need? Hot food?
Brother.
Yeah, that's not. No, I didn't do none of the. I ate a Carolina Reaper once, but not as a contest, just because I wanted to see what it was about. And it was about, bro. That was crazy.
You're more intense than me. The hardest I've ever gone is fucking red habanero, which is only like 500,000 on the Scoville. Though Carolina Reaper is like 2 million or some shit.
Dude, I swear,
jalapeno is like 50 or 80.
I totally felt like I was tripping for it felt like 30 seconds. It was probably only like 2-3 seconds, but you get that in you, man. Like it's totally crazy, man. It is crazy. I could see how like they have the stories of people tripping out on peppers, right? Like
the hallucination, maybe.
Homer Simpson when he freaking with Johnny Cash was in that episode when he went to the chili. That was
chili peppers.
It doesn't necessarily count as an actual account.
I was having visions, Eagle. Don't tell him otherwise. He was having visions. You eat a Carolina Reaper and come talk to us.
Yeah, dude. I was like cold. It was crazy.
I had something close was Quaker Steak and Lube, that wing restaurant, has like triple atomic hot wings. You have to sign a waiver,
Oh
and I
shit!
signed the waiver. And you're supposed to get 6 wings, and they served me 7. And I ate all 7 because I'm fucking a stupid, macho person. I'm like, oh, if they serve me 7, I'm gonna eat all 7. Fucking, I had onion rings with it, and mistakenly tried to eat those after, and I couldn't even put anything in my mouth after. This didn't feel like fire. Like,
Like
it is.
your tongue.
Yep.
Okay.
Milk or water, I guess. Alcohol is also supposed to help with hot things. It's like numb it. But
They say milk, heavy cream, even is better.
yeah.
Maybe
With the
that's
pepper, I
why
did
it
nothing.
ties you to drink all that beer.
You know, they
It
say
helps.
you can build up the tolerance. You know, you could build up to where you could eat that shit like it's nothing.
That dude who does the hot ones, he interviews everyone and they eat the hot ass wings. Dude, he does that shit like nothing. It doesn't
Okay,
even
there you
bother
go,
him
yeah.
anymore. So you're totally right on that.
Chris Evans, is that his name?
I think you're right.
I saw that with.
I
saw
do
one of them.
enjoy hot things. I've never hallucinated, but I have cried on the shit.
Hiccups, man. I get the bout of hiccups when I eat something too hot.
Oh yeah, man. Dude, it fucks your whole system up. It felt like it fucked my whole body up that day.
Your nose, your eyes, dude. Like
Oh,
when I
yeah,
ate the
dude.
habanero, my eyes,
Yep.
I wasn't like crying, but my eyes were tearing, like involuntarily. I was with my track team and everybody was like taking little nibbles of it. I ate the whole fucking pepper, seeds and everything, like other than just a little bit of the stem.
Yeah, the little stem
And
part.
everybody was like, oh, how long could you go without drinking? How long could you go without drinking? And I think there was like money in the pot type thing. Whoever could go the longest would get the most money type thing. And I went like all the way until I got back to my house like half hour later. And Eagle always talked about how he was worried about the hot shit coming, but thank goodness for whatever reason my system processed it and I didn't have a spicy one on the back end. It was only hot going in. But like your sinuses clear the fuck out. Like you could breathe better than you ever have after you eat a real hot ass pepper like that.
The tears come from that very same instant, man. That ghost pepper hot sauce, man. I could literally feel like where it was like in place, man. Oh man. Yeah, it was terrible. Terrible. I'd probably do it again.
Could be
And when you eat them fresh,
Those
Yeah.
ghost peppers, dude, anything over 1 million on the Scoville, that's fucking real intense. Like send your ass for a ride. Habanero, like when I was younger, the habanero was the hottest pepper in the world for a fucking long ass time. And then that boot jalokia fucking ghost pepper or whatever came out. And then the Carolina Reaper. Now there's all sorts of shit that's even hotter. And
that's what you know how like we do weed. There's people that do peppers like that, like they're breeding to get more Scovilles. Like that's their life.
It's up, up, and up, up, up. There's one dude in particular who's in Carolina who's crushing everybody else. There's no one else who's even close to him. He's got like special shit that's like 2 or 3 times as hot as everybody else. He's the one who made the Reaper, and the reason it's called the Carolina Reaper. He's from Carolina.
North Carolina, yeah. I watched that story.
They had a competition where one dude who was, I can't remember which Asian descent, but he was there just eating them like it was no fucking problem. Like some people, like you said, they just have the tolerance. And yeah, I don't know.
There's other kind of hot peppers too. This one guy whose house I was at, he had this crazy, he knew about growing shit. He had, they looked like green peas, or I don't even know, but they were orange in color and they were hot as fuck too. And then when I ate those with no problem, he's like, yeah, exactly, green fingers.
Yeah. I know.
When I ate those with no problem, he's like, oh, I'll get you something hotter. And that's when he brought over that Carolina Reaper. He's like, try this one. And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, my friend.
Some stuff you have to work up to. You could get anaphylactic shock. Like some people might die if they ate one of those peppers. You literally could die. Like they make you sign waivers at like the certain restaurants. Like anything past the red habanero, like you're really starting to play with fire there. Where like your throat is only so large, and if it starts to get swollen up, your ability to take in oxygen is not very good, and shit can get real bad real quick if you're novice. Like the 1 chip challenge, I see people on social media doing that shit.
Scary.
Those pepper, the amount of pepper that they put into that and the strength of the pepper on some of the stronger ones, like be fucking warned, y'all. Like that shit is not for the faint of heart.
They extract
you really have to build up.
Extract the stuff out to make it stronger.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You go, what do you eat? The peyote button?
There we go. There's the mute button. That was some psilocybin chocolate.
Ah, it looked like a
Mhm.
peyote button, right? It was green, or was I tripping on my own?
Oh no, it's green.
All right, yeah.
Tag trying to call him out. Ended up calling him out for a different hallucinogen
It's like,
or
yeah,
entheogen. Got some of those chocolates in the fridge. Got some little
shit, I'm gonna go
actual
bust that
mushrooms and capsules too.
That
Good
one
stuff.
was courtesy of our friend Marshall. Things are pretty good if you have to run into him. Just snagging one if you can, or two.
Do you know the strain or
I believe it's
is it
penis MV, but he's in chat.
some strong
Marshall.
shit? We were chatting earlier. He's a good dude. Martial artist 2012 or something. I think it's
Mhm.
2012.
Yeah.
I'm so bad with numbers though. I wouldn't be surprised. I think I might be dyslexic. I've never been diagnosed, but I flip around numbers all the goddamn time.
I remember all the numbers to the people's names. I don't remember the names so much. I'm like, oh, the 714 took Worm Digger. I'm like, oh, that's what it is. I'm like, yeah, it's just too much with the numbers. Then the name second.
So Captain 420, what do you think about? I mean, I saw one of your posts. I didn't read all the comments and everything, but I just looked at some of the. It was you walking through. I think it was in Chiang Rai, one of the dispensaries over there, and it was all pretty much what you'd expect to see in like a California dispensary, like do-si-do, cookie, wedding cake type stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly what's here. And I make a comment about it all the time that, you know, it would be really nice if the Thais would take the word popcorn off the baggies as they take them out to resell them. Because 90% of the bags I see here have popcorn written on them. So
Like the
we were getting
Mylars are
all
for popcorn.
yeah, big, you know, pound bags that just had popcorn on them.
That's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, it's all the hype stuff from the States, all the fruity stuff. We're working on the gas, the earth terps, the chemicals right now. That's basically what I brought with me this first round. And the boxes that are coming over have more of the fruity stuff in it. But, you know, if you're going to take seed someplace, you're going to take what you want to smoke first. And that's what I did. It's just not, it's just not a big crop outside here. You get like one a year for really heavy indica. And then you have to, spread out the internodes and the bud structure a little bit because of the weather. So mainly what I brought was indoor and has to be indoor grown.
Just as like a follow-up, you were talking about like some of the families with like the ribbon on the different packages from the different regions. Is any of that making it to a dispensary, or do you have to know someone who knows someone and be like a local?
No, it's making it to the dispensary, and it's between $1 and $3 a gram right now. It's all compressed. We are starting to see loose bud coming in from Thai. And, you know, I've been talking to a lot of the Thai people, and I tell them if you don't compress it and you leave it in this loose bud form and you change your drying and curing techniques a little bit, I don't see why you can't get 200 to 250 baht or up to $6-7 a gram for really good Thai. Especially when you have stuff in Bangkok reaching $28-30 a gram. It's ridiculous. But the little video that I have that I just posted up here, you know, the stuff that's listed at 350 baht is anywhere from 550 to 750 baht a gram in Bangkok. But you come an hour plane ride north and, you know, you're 40% off. But, you know, I do see that, you know, once Thailand really opens up for that recreational and we can get the Thai farmers to start giving us loose bud, putting a little bit of shade cloth over it and doing a little bit different of a drying technique, they're going to be producing more cannabis here than what can be smoked really soon. That's
It's like
why I
Oregon
have
or
a three,
anywhere that has unlimited permits, I guess.
and that's the way I look at it with my 3-year plan is basically if I can be out in 3 years, I'll be happy. It's all going to last a lot longer than that, but I think the same thing that happened in the States. You know, when it became legal, the prices were really up there. When it's sold in dispensaries, the prices are really up there. But the way they've opened it up here in Thailand, you can have a shop for $33, and that's for a 3-year permit. Your grow permit is less than $100 for 3 years. So
Personally,
you
I
know,
like that shit. Give the people access. Let them make their own businesses. Let them grow their own if they want to, and get it to the markets. And the people will decide who's got the best and what's worth what. I mean, sometimes it drives the price down, but ultimately the consumer, who's oftentimes a patient, benefits. A lot of people get medical benefits from cannabis, and I think it's a good thing. Big businesses don't always benefit, but
well, I smoke Thai weed in the morning because in the morning it gives me a little bit different effect. It gives me that happy morning high, and I can go about with a little bit of a buzz and get everything done in the morning and then come home and in the afternoon smoke something a little bit heavier. But yeah, you know, I always have 2, 3, 4 different types of Thai around here.
I
And
respect that, man. All about
going
variety.
through a lot of these 100-gram bricks or whatever you want to call them, sticks. I'm not finding a lot of seeds like you would think. I mean, maybe 80, 90 seeds out of 100 grams.
That's practically, that's very little.
Yeah, that's like someone's going in, pulling out most of the males and leaving enough for next year's crop, and that's it. That's perfect. I loved that Mexican back in the early 90s, late 80s when it would come in. And it came in around Christmas time. And you'd get a quarter, and you were lucky if you got 3 or 4 seeds out of a quarter. And you were ecstatic.
That ratio is definitely a lot more acceptable for people if they're only getting 1 or less per gram. That's like, you know, they break up a gram, get a joint or 2, and there's only 1 seed in there, versus like some of the earlier Mexican or other Mexican, like the brick stuff, that you'd have hundreds of seeds in a gram sometimes.
What's really cool though is you can be traveling, you know, out here in between towns and stop at a little market, and the little market now will have cannabis for sale.
That's cool, man. It's gonna be weird when like Amazon and fucking other like Starbucks start selling weed. Like, it's gonna happen eventually here in the States. Like, whenever they go federally legal, I think ultimately they'll start seeing more places like they already have in California, a lot of places like coffee shops have CBD that you can get infused into your whatever. And it's only a matter of time until it's THC or CBD that you can have infused into your thing at certain shops. And it's interesting how things are evolving.
My friend actually has a CBD tea company here in Bangkok where
Nice.
they add CBDs to the tea.
It's interesting. I'm enjoying being back with you all. It's been a little while. I've been grinding away on the book. I told myself that I wouldn't do any extra shows until I got to a certain point of completion on 50 strains of purple. Now I've finished all of the research for all the strains, picked all the strains. I just got to go through, finish gathering all the photos and selecting the photos and writing the little personal touches.
And then Jack can come to Thailand and look at the 13 to 15 different purples that are here.
I'd love to someday. Right now,
The
it's
one,
probably not too likely.
the one basically in veg is a purplish black all the way to the end.
It's always interesting when it's purple that early. I almost wonder, like, about, they say purple in nature can be a response like melanin in our skin, like being tan to help you better, fight against sunlight.
100%.
So with the plant being purple, I would wonder if that would impact the amount of like photosynthesis that it would do. Or if it's just like a natural shade cloth, so it just gets itself to the right level and it knows how purple it has to get.
I think you're 100% on that. Coming here to Thailand and seeing all the different purples, I'm inclined to believe that the purple in the plant is to protect it from the extreme UV.
Most of the time when you see it though, we think of don't get me wrong, I know it goes both ways, but it's mostly associated with swinging for cold. So I've
Yeah.
always kind of in my mind thought it as not necessarily it helping with processing the light, is more over a way for the plant to stay warm and protect itself from the temperature swing or the cold.
It's like a darker color, absorbs more heat.
Yeah, basically.
That's an interest. Yeah, I mean, it does get purple in colder temperatures. Like I talked about, the Velvet Punch almost goes black, or does just straight up go black outdoor. And that's where you see the harshest swings. But also, I think, like Captain was saying, with the UV, like in sunlight, I've even saw a study where they saw 440 nanometer blue increase the amount of anthocyanin and terpene production. That's why I put a bunch of 440 nanometer blue into my light. But it's just one of that's kind of on the UV end of the spectrum. Like UVs are like 200 to 300 range. 440 is kind of like on the far blue side of things, where like 660 is like the red side. And I think that it could be a combination of things. Like Velvet Punch, I've had in 90 to 100 degree rooms being completely purple, where the night temperatures were high 70s, low 80s at the coolest. And on the 100 degree days, it was like 90 at night. So, I mean, for it to be purple, I definitely think it was either light or just straight up genetic, like Anvil from Mandalorian, or now he's Gnome Automatics. That thing is always purple. Like he's bred it, it's like F6. And his Alf before that was very purple. And I've seen probably 100 different people grow it, and it's always purple every single time.
But maybe that purple from the cold, here where I'm at, it switches over to, helping with the heat and cooling the plant down. So, we could just be seeing both sides of it, one extreme to the other.
To kind of can crazy that a little bit, I find that I actually see the darker purples more associated with the swing up than the lighter purples on the swing down.
That's interesting. I feel like a lot of the shade I've noticed is related to like the genetic. As I'm writing 50 Strains of Purple right now, like Rose and Rosy Does has more of like a pinkish hue, and it even smells more like rose. It has like I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's like ionone. It's like the rose petal terp, essentially. That's like alpha and beta ionone, and those plants are more of like a pinkish purple, where like grape ape and a lot of that purple Urkel Mendo perps are like a darker, deeper purple, and certain stuff is like lavendery, like
Bluish
know.
purple.
yeah. Funny enough, the Velvet
My-
Punch cures up to like almost bluish purple leaf. Sorry, go ahead, Captain.
My Afghani one from Sensi Seed back in the mid-90s was that way. It was almost in the center, it was a blue and then faded out to a purple.
I always wonder like if what I'm seeing is actually blue, because I took some photos of the picture of the leaf that I think is blue, and I think when I checked it on like a photo app where you can tap on it and it tells you what color the pixel is, like right on that area, it actually showed up looking more like purple. So it's crazy how our eyes can play tricks on us. I don't know if y'all remember, there was some phenomenon. There was this dress. It was like, is it blue and black or white and gold? And there's been like shoes that are like, you look at it like certain people see it one way and certain people see it another way, because the way that human eyes develop, we have rods and cones, which are like the two parts like that allow us to see black and white and color. And based on the amount and place that you have of all of these things, it dictates like certain people are colorblind. Certain people see different shades differently. So I don't know. It's interesting that we all might not be looking at the same color or not perceiving the same color. Like bugs and cats and dogs all see shit in different tones than we do. So they say it's all a matter of perspective, I guess, right? What are you smoking on, Green Fingers? I'm like you. I'm smoking on some commercial bud right now. First Class Funk from Half Pipe. My wife gets these free samples. It's actually pretty good. Jet fuel gelato across the GMO. Can't complain.
Smoking
Calio.
Calio.
I like Calio. It doesn't get me super stoned, but it tastes good. Does it get you real high, or is it more like a mellow buzz?
It's nice. It's decent. It's doing its job.
That's what's up,
I'm
man.
usually it's heavy shit puts me to sleep. Like I like the narrow leaf dominant shit, and that puts me to sleep. So I get put to sleep by every fucking thing. So
If you smoke enough of it and you
I
build a
gotta stand
tolerance
up.
to it,
Stand up the whole time. You can't really fall. Well, I've fallen asleep standing here before too, so I can't say that. But if I sit down, I fall asleep almost instantly. So
how the dog's doing?
sleeping, they're
It's
good.
good. That sounds quiet over there.
Crickets, you guys can't hear them?
Nah, Zoom's taking care of it.
Good. Last time it was like loud as fuck.
It would be on par for the show, though, man. They're a regular guest on Eagle Gardens.
You
Think they
know,
got eaten?
When are you going to do their interview, their spotlight?
I was asking him. And I was also watching Red Pill in chat, thinking to myself, which one of these conversations these days is gonna break Red Pill's silence to where he's gonna be like, that's it, give me the phone. I got it all wrong. Cheers, Red Pill. I was thinking about you today when I was watching the Dink Duchess episode, the replay today, and she was talking about distilling terps from the hash water. It's like, Red Pill was on the right path there on some reclaim. He says close tonight. Cheers. Yeah, I'm actually gonna cram a bunch of fucking hash episodes down. You know, we had the Duchess Amelia's coming up this week. The hash episode with D420K and Smokey the Gear Boyer 2.0, and where me and Boone make hash.
Did you ever get Frenchie on, or was he gone when you started the
No.
show?
Unfortunately, he was scheduled at one point and rescheduled, and we were in the mix of lining something like up again when he had passed. So no, unfortunately, no.
It's tough. That's tough. We did a few shows with him. I need to go back. I just re-uploaded the Josie Wales interview because I'm realizing now I think it's the only public podcast he ever did, at least in the cannabis space that I can find. But so I felt like that needed to get put on. It was on one of our podcast platforms, but it got deleted from 9 out of 10 by our old host and deleted off the YouTube when he left the scene. He wanted to kind of delete any shows with his information on there, but I kind of cut it up so it's not focused on that. But another one I want to get out there is the Frenchie episodes, because I produced the one where our old host interviewed Frenchie the first time, and then Frenchie came on growing with my fellow growers, and we all got to hang out with him. Tao, I think, included. You were definitely there with the. I'm not sure. Were you with us on? I know you might have been in chat with the Josie Wales episode, but I'm pretty sure you were on that one. I can't remember. I'm stoned right now.
I think I
Were
was
you with us?
maybe yeah, once. Yeah. I didn't know too much about him at that point, other than because like I was over here in New York, and I don't know. I think I was on that episode though.
Had the pleasure of meeting him in person at the time.
I remember your
Everybody loved
story and
him.
how you passed on the GG4 because it looked all wilted and sitting in the sun, and how looking back, it's one of those things, you know. Thankfully, it's represented very strong in Michigan.
Him, but Frenchie as well. That's what I was referring to. Meeting him
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I met Frenchie.
too. I mean,
Both great dudes, by all accounts. Other than maybe Joe P. He's not a big fan of them, but you know, they have definitely been friendly with their following, and I think shared some knowledge. And even if it's not the current way that I make hash, I do think that ice water hash is some delicious stuff when done right. But even like you were just saying with Red Pill's comment and the Dank Duchess, you could either do what you were talking about, or in the past, I remember Eagle, you talked about using a freeze dryer to freeze dry the water, and then you're basically left with the terps and then adding that back in, which would be an extra step or whatever, but that'd be one way to do it. And I think you mentioned somebody was even doing that with success. So there's a lot of ways to go about doing it to preserve and keep as many of the terpenes as possible, even the water soluble stuff.
I was actually talking about that with Indra, which reminds me, he's tomorrow's replay in addition to like the hash episode. That's one of the early ones. That's the first episode that he came on, and it was a rabbit hole first. We were all talking, smiling, Can of Queen, and a bunch of us, and then he comes in like mid-show. Tao, I think, was on there too, and we all kind of just sat and listened while he talked and shit. Be a good one.
He weaves a good yarn, man. I hope he's doing all right. I
haven't seen
a
how
little
they
cash
have
his
him.
way as much as I could. I still feel bad. That tree hit his house, and
Whole bunch of shit happened to him, right?
yeah, it was a rough go.
Yeah, we should do a follow-up, see how he is.
I try to always support the people that are within this community. Whenever you see, especially if they're having a hard time, reach out. And you never know. You know, whatever you can do, it might just be being an ear, give them somebody to talk to, or help point them in the right direction. They might have resources that are available to them that they don't even know. Just in a general case, anybody.
Yeah.
We nerds got to support each other.
You did that for me a lot too, Jack. Thank you.
I'm happy to be there, man. So honestly, I feel like at this point we're all kind of a family in a way. It's we look out for each other, and if somebody's down and out and needs a little help or somebody to talk to, or if you have the ability to point someone in the right direction, like why not? Maybe they might not accept the advice or listen to it or hear it at that moment, but at least you tried and do the best you can. And oftentimes I think people are willing to receive or accept the information if it's given with just they can tell you're being genuine. You care about them. It's not like you're coming from a judgmental place. We all care about each other. We're trying to make sure everyone's all right. Get the help they need if and when they need it.
Appreciate it, bro.
Can say that I've received good messages or heartfelt messages from pretty much everybody on this panel at one point or another, checking up on each other, make sure we're all right because we haven't heard from each other in a minute.
Yeah, pretty much everybody on this
Especially
panel.
during the pandemic times. It was so crazy, man. Like just to have a spot to come hang out. I know it's loosened up a lot. And the world is a little more normal now. It's still kind of crazy depending on where you're at and what kind of work you're in, but this was a important place and still is for a lot of reasons for a lot of people.
And we all fucking grew together in fucking the last coming 3 years, man. We fucking like I said, man, first 2 years solid, man. I think a lot of us hung out every night together on here. It's fun. That's why it's kind of like I was hinting to that a little bit earlier with Green 13. You know, it's Johnny Canseed, another one. You know what I mean? To see how we've grown over the last year, changed in so many ways. All for
Watching
the
the old episodes, I realized a lot of shit. And there's like people that are like, where have they been lately? You know, too. Sucks. Some people.
It's good in some cases, like Brandon Russ, man. I met him when he was just getting out of prison for cannabis manufacturing, for making BHO in California. We fucking made tie-dye t-shirts on like 420. I think it was 2019 or some shit. Then he moved to Oklahoma from like he was growing in a buddy's house. He was like sanding floors first, and then he was growing in his buddy's house, and just to kind of like get the rent paid and everything, and was able to get himself out to Oklahoma, get hooked up with some legal permitted grows. Now he's working all over the country, Hawaii, Chicago, and his company's doing well. We got 2 people that jumped in though. I want to say hello and welcome to
what you
looks
got,
like Buddy Kilowatt and
Cheers,
somebody
Hall.
else.
Cheers,
I can't
bud.
read the name.
Hall, what you got?
How you doing, Green Bean, Eagle, Marcus,
How you
everybody else?
doing, brother?
Cheers.
How y'all doing?
Hey, Holler, buddy.
Yeah, what's happening?
What's up, old? What you got, Buddy Kilowatt?
Until things changed, I was going to tell Eagle that, you know, one of the reasons I seen him jump on and I was so quick, except Robert beat me in. But, you know, when we're having tough days, we can come here and this actually makes everything easier. It relieves a lot of what we're going through, like anxieties, stresses, things like that. because, you know, we have grown together over the past year, 2 years, some of you even 3 years now. And to a community that, you know, these people here kind of actually care about you.
Dude, I remember
At least the majority do.
I came on episode 5, like an hour in, because the guest hadn't showed up, and I wasn't showing my face back then. And Eagle just interviewed me or whatever, and 52 episodes later or something, or 51 episodes later, 56, like midway into the show, I showed my face for like a little bit of time. And Eagle's like, "Oh, you look like the Zigzag Man," and he's like, "I've drew him enough times to know." And now it's like it's not even a big deal. Like I show my face on all the shows now, but to think the reason really was kind of like you were saying, like at that point, at episode 56, I knew every single name in the chat because I was there episode 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way up to 56 and hanging out with you guys every night for several hours. So I was like, I recognize all of you. I'm like, fuck it. I know all of you. Like, it's not like I'm going to bump into somebody from work here. You know, like this was a different crowd. And it was a nice, sweet sense of relief to have a true cannabis spirited community. It's like not a secret society in any way. It's everybody's fucking open to come in if they are interested, but it's suppressed by fucking all of the algorithms. So you do kind of have to know where to look to find this kind of stuff, or bump into Eagle because he will promote it to you if he sees you in person. He's good about that. He'll be wearing a shirt. He'll be handing out stickers. And if he doesn't have a sticker on you, he'll get it out of his truck.
That part. But you know,
Hey, I pitch this show a ton here in Thailand because of all your guests and the way that it's set up. You know, they actually get to meet the people. And these are a lot of people, you know, that have made it pretty big in the cannabis industry. So they're known here even in Asia. And it's like, hey, you understand, you can speak English, you can understand English. Give this show a watch. Look at the people that are on here. Look at the diversity of the people that are on here.
and I want to look back to Jack talking about episode 5. Episode 5, man, when Jack comes in, you know, and you know, talking about people watching people grow. I referenced a few others, but it's been really nice to see your accomplishments in the cannabis community on book 2 now. You know, it's pretty fucking awesome to be still pushing your cannabis dreams along, watching you see you push your dreams along. But even though this is one thing not too many people know, is that episode 5, Jack was very much supporting the show behind the scenes and giving me gentle little nudges here and there to you know, how to refine it a little bit, you know, kind of clean up some of the rough edges, you know, a little smoother conversation and stuff like that. And I'll never forget that, man. He helped me set me on this path and make sure I was doing it right. He was helping, trying to show me the way to do it correctly from the get. So he made dedicated some shit to me in that first book, or gave me a nice dedication to it. I give credit for helping me get this thing as well. You know, being in help inspiring me to keep it going and do it correctly. Because I learned a lot in that beginning phases from a lot of that information you sent. And kicks in general, I say kicking the asses, but they're gentle nudges, really. But you know, they were well played.
You know, I think if we learn something along the way and we can share it with somebody and help them, I don't see this space. Like, this isn't how I make my living. So it's not a competition to me. It's just sharing information. It's meeting cool people. It's connecting and getting to know interesting people in this space. It's not about like who gets the most views or likes or biggest show to me. Like I've never cared about that. So when I saw your show coming up whether you have 0 subscribers, 100 subscribers, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. I don't care. If you ask me to come on your show, I'll come on your show because I like to support people in the community. If you're cool, as long as you reach that hand out to me, I'd reach the hand back out. And if you're friendly in the community, like you had always been, you clearly were being positive and representing people in the community. So I was like, hey, here's an easier way to get it onto all the podcast platforms, or here's, a little advice that maybe I found out in a year or two of doing the show leading up to that. And it's crazy to see you went from like I came on episode 5, and now in, I don't even know, you said about 3 years, you're in the 700s, almost coming up on 800. You have more shows than every other one of the cannabis shows in the space combined, which is insane. It's just like this back catalog of amazing content that if people really wanted to go find out about anybody, they could type in fucking talking shit with Eagle and then at whoever, and there's a pretty good chance that person's going to pop up and you could watch their episode from anywhere from like 30 minutes from an Ingayo episode to like a 8-hour smoke-a-thon with Rasta Bob, where it's just the variety and just the amount of amazing people that you've been able to show their stories. And it's been a great ride getting to watch it all along and having people like that are world renowned, Breeder Steves, come on, and not just once but several times. And yeah, it's been a fun ride.
Yeah, Bingus would always used to make me blush when he would say that anytime I want a question or want to know about anybody in the cannabis, I look to your channel first to see if they've done an episode.
Yeah, Eagle. I remember saying, like, are you sure you're gonna do it every day? Because there's not enough potheads to interview, or you're not gonna be able to find them. And damn, dude, you pretty much did it. You did it, dude. You're doing it.
You're the one I committed the 1,000 number to. I'm gonna make that bitch. That's the goal right there.
Yep.
That is still very much the goal. Make it to that number.
1,000 was your goal number?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
funny because I'm so new to knowing you guys. It seems like 1,000's just right around the corner to me. For you, I could see you being at 2,000 in no time.
I hope, man.
I think so. I can see it easy. I'm so glad I met you and the rest of this community.
Tao, if you go back and watch those old episodes when Tao comes into play, Tao used to fucking get me to walk over the cliff and put my foot in my mouth so many nights.
Some of those early wormholes or rabbit holes or whatever they're called at the time, man. There's some wild content.
I like that too. I'm kind of glad it is involved into the weed nerd world, because those phases were phases. You know what I mean? And we've evolved in each one of the the rabbit hole, the wormholes, now the weed nerd world. You know what I mean? It's
where it feels
era almost.
It feels the strongest to me, like the weed nerd world in a sense, or at least that title feels fitting. I was watching one of Subcool's, the Dank, he's coming on fucking his show and he's just jamming music, like whether it's his live streams or the Weed Nerd, he'd come on and a lot of the times there'd just be music blasting. He just didn't give a shit. Like, and sometimes like at the beginning of your show, your audio might be like about 50-50 with the music, and like in the chat, like we could hear you talking, but it's like just barely, and the music's just fucking blaring. And it felt sub-coolian, if that's even a term. Maybe I'll make it one. But it felt in like the vein or in like the spirit of him, because he just was all about like, jamming out, smoking, getting to hang out with the chat, shooting the shit with the people, saying hello. He did say hello to all the fucking people, even if there's fucking shit ton of people in his chat. He'd say, "What's up, people?" And rock out and smoke some good shit. And it was consistent. Was another thing. That was the crazy thing about Sub, is he was on all the fucking time, especially in like the later years, his morning, noon, night. Like he's like Those are two very big similarities. Lots of content, good music, good smoke, good people. But the name feels fitting.
There's one difference. I don't call anybody out. Some would call you out. You could be a motherfucker one day.
Oh man, he would call you out so
even
quick.
in the hellos. Fuck you.
He'd love you 1 minute and he'd hate you 1 minute if you asked a stupid question.
Yep. Google motherfucker.
I guess you'd get acknowledged either way.
Don't you know how many times I've answered that fucking question?
Fucking
Oh
love it.
man, he would get so pissed off. People would ask the same question 3 times on the same stream.
Licorice. Put licorice. It'll work. You won't have bugs.
Thank goodness the legacy, of the videos are still up.
Creep
But they're
fingers.
nothing compared to the lives. You know what I mean? The Instagram lives and shit, man. Those were all very good. That just nobody. I guess some are good because we all knew they were never gonna see the light of day. And we got it, you know what I mean?
You had it for 24 hours and then it was gone.
Yeah,
or until the live was over.
On that one because we knew it wasn't being fucking record, you know what I mean, logged. Okay. Cheers. Cheers.
Speaking of him, how's the DOA project, which is all subcool genetics essentially, maybe some North Star?
Doing pretty well. My plants, I was showing them the other day. They're way too fucking big. For the most part, they look pretty well. Those who were lucky enough to get those.
Who's growing them? We had the seeds for DOA, the dankofanthony@gmail.com email. You sent out a bunch. Has anybody got them going right now? Do a bunch of
There's
people got them
quite a
going?
few people that do. Unfortunately, some of the ones I get sent out, people got, and then there was a batch that I talked about that got question mark that were the majority of the list, which would have been mine and Smiley's version. But a lot of people, if you're that far away to where you weren't handed them, actually just got the Smiley's version of DOA. Because a lot of mine were all supposedly lost.
The post office, man.
No.
Oh boy.
Fuck people.
No bueno.
I
Really?
actually found out they may be here still. Just like 2 days ago, 3 days ago. And I actually tried my best not to fucking blow a nut when I found out. So they're here somewhere, I am told, in a box. So they may still go out if I can find the motherfuckers. It's not even funny because I don't know how many how many pissed off episodes I've had when I've been asked about it, and I've had to return with a fucking shitty remark because of it, and just back and forth with him. When I've been asked, there's been a lot of times where next day I'm like, no, I'm still getting an egg on my fucking face for these nesting seeds. Where the fuck are they? You know what I mean? So hopefully I can find them in the next few days and get them motherfuckers out. So that's the honest update on the seeds and the project.
You and Smiley are at least growing them, and some people that got handed them in person maybe have popped them, hopefully.
A
Or
lot of people ain't got them in person. That's for sure. Festivals, Mendo Dope, Mendo in the Mitten. I've handed out a shit ton. Just people around here have gotten a lot of them.
I need to follow the hashtag. What's the hashtag for it?
It was growing with Eagle and the Dank of Anthony. Those two hashtags is what everybody was using.
Okay, think of Anthony and Grow with Eagle.
Yeah.
I think I did see a few people pop, if I remember, a little while back. I'll have to go follow up, see how it's going. I only have one original Subcool 5-pack. It's Jack's Cleaner 2 left. I guess I still have some Doc Holidays, which is from his original, but wasn't like one of his flagships, I guess. I'll definitely grow it again though. It's good smoke.
Y'all keep your older seeds refrigerated, like for long-term storage, or if you knew you were gonna keep them for a long time? What's the best way to store seeds?
I keep mine in a vault where I like to keep it in a vault. They're all in cases, but I try to keep them in a temperature steady zone. I don't keep them in the freezer like a lot of people suggest, just because you pretty much have to have a freezer dedicated to that, because you don't want it to be opening and shut, opening and shut, opening and shut, because that can cause condensation in the packs and kind of destroy the seeds in the long run. Then there's always the threat of power outage.
Yeah.
But the constant opening and shutting is your biggest enemy when it comes to that. Kind of want that steady temperature where they're just left alone. A cellar, I think, is your best bet.
Yeah, it's more important that they stay dry and a constant temperature, I think. And a cooler constant, not like a hot, but yeah, the USDA did a thing where if you do it right, the hemp seed anyway, which is the same, would last like 8 years. I think it was at least. I'm gonna go
Dude,
find
Kagyu one from Coastal Seeds popped a 40-year-old seed using just the seed cracker, popped it in water, got a taproot going. Kyle Breeder pops stuff from the 80s and 90s all the time using just a little bit of gibberellic acid, 50 to 150 part per million of GA3 in the water. We'll do it. And he's had success doing that a bunch. So personally, I think unless you're going to store it for like longer than 10 years, I would avoid the freezer as well. I keep mine in my Curador, which is 60 degrees, 60% relative humidity. So it's cooler than, California will get. I used to keep them just in a cool, dark, dry place. But I did notice my seeds that were 1, 2, 3, 4 years older were just way less vigorous when they were sitting out in the heat. And I think if they were sitting in the heat for a while, if you're about to grow them, you can throw them in the freezer overnight before you germinate them. It's like a overwintering, and a lot of people say that. Like, yeah, some people. Josie Wales on his interview with us said he had some of his seeds go from 50% germination rate to 100% germination rate because he threw them in the freezer overnight. So I think there could be something to that, like mimicking nature in a sense. Because like you think about cannabis in nature, it grows out in a lot of places.
A lot of seeds won't germinate if you don't cold dry it. Like stinging nettle, for instance, if you don't put it in the fridge for a minute.
So I did some experimenting when I made my F2 and F3 velvet punches for my buddy Doja DNA's original F1 that he said is all good to do. But I tried room temperature seeds, I tried Curador seeds, I tried refrigerator seeds, and I tried frozen seeds just to see, like, will it work? And fresh seeds from room temperature work. They work from the Curador, they work from the fridge, and they work from the freezer. So all 4 conditions, I got 100% germination rates on. So I was like, well, shit, I'm going to do what's most convenient. And like Eagle was talking about, there's problems with the freezer, opening and closing. And then on top of that, like you have to get like one of these types of things, like a thermos, like a double insulated container would probably be better. And I would recommend like sterile paper towel, like fresh out of the plastic wrap, rice, and if you care to go through the process of sterilizing it, can help avoid some of the condensation or moisture from getting into the seeds. Some of the earliest seeds I had, unfortunately, I had in a container that a little bit of moisture got into, and they germinated, and that taught me a lesson early in my growing days about how even just a tiny bit of moisture, like in a container, can allow them to germinate, and then you have no viable seeds, which is really unfortunate. So proper storage is really crucial. There's like that Svalbard, which they use natural ways to keep it like freezing, but what I found out from Dr. MJ, who's on our panel, is even there, like every 5 or 10 years, they basically will like make F1s or F2s, or I don't know how they do it, back crossing or something, but they have to remake more of the seeds because they feel even frozen after 10 years, it's good to make replications. I think they try to keep the originals as well, but I think over time they're finding like stuff just doesn't last forever, even if it is frozen. Things change, and it's good to have reproduced, like re-upped, more modern supplies, even if it's the same genetic stock from a long time ago, getting just fresh versions of it, like open pollinating or however they have to do it.
Green fingers. What fucking episode were you?
Can't remember.
You know what's funny about that? The
Fucking
Nico
bird.
D in chat was just asking what episode if you had done a spotlight
What? Yeah.
and what
What number was
episode
it,
you
man?
were. So I tried to
Before the
oblige
400.
them. Which one?
Before 400. Like
I
right
think
before.
it was a few before
That
me.
doesn't help.
I think it was
Before
about
400
350
was
some.
good.
I was
So
before 400
I
sometime.
type it in. I type in your name, and of course it pops up like that. And I get the link and I put it in chat, and I look back over, and it doesn't have an episode number.
There's no number on it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome. Tiny.
So I got to figure out where you are
Dude.
there in the lineup.
Did he do a? He had to have done a soundbite at the end.
Yeah, I don't think I said the number.
Ah,
I think you said the number, but I didn't say the number. You said it when I was like, I made you do it for me. I was like, say it. I was like, I don't know how this goes, even though I've been in chat since forever. And I was like, how do you do it again? How do you say
Someone's
it?
gonna have to go back and rewatch it.
Yeah, hold on. It should say in the beginning.
It's either 390 something.
Yard, yard one.
Because I remember I wanted to be in the 400s. I didn't think I made it.
Episode 399.
Damn, you was
three
close.
ninety nine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before
I wanna make it
400,
before-
you
I
weren't
wanna make
wrong.
it before 400. Yeah.
I was the opposite way.
One off. You were pretty fucking close. All right, you officially have a number.
Are we nothing but a number to you, Eagle?
That's all I wanted was a number. Because then I got the keys to come here. And I was like, yes, I got the number. I got the keys to get in. Like, fuck yes.
That's the number that really matters, right? It's still top of my Zoom
Now,
after all this time on my phone.
How long ago was it, Green Fingers? Like, I just remember there was a time when there was some blanket in your house and you were picking buds out of the blanket, but it was like a fuzzy type of blanket. Like,
Dude, the
not
blanket
kind-
bud? You mean like
The
yesterday?
blanket
All the time?
Yeah,
Yeah. I started with that. That's how I moved out of the homestead.
RV.
Yeah, into the RV. That's how I moved out of my grandma's into the RV, into the homestead, and over here I was smoking the same weed. That's how much I grew over there. It was just bundles and bundles and bundles of weed, all seeded though.
That blanket bud. Never forget.
Still got it over there, blanket. It's all tied up in the bag. It's got a bunch of the seeds still in there. Shake. No buds. I took all the buds out. literally all of them.
Well, that's a piece of history.
Motherfucking, I gotta pop those seeds now. Last part of my last grow outdoors before this place. I got all these ones from this place. There's thousands of seeds from fucking just 2 plants out there.
I love seeded buds. Doesn't bother me
Yeah.
anymore.
My favorite.
fine.
Still to this day, I bust out this bud that Bud gave me, and I'm like, full of seeds in this jar. I'm just like, yes, fucking, you never know which one's the winner. Like, fucking
Which one is that one?
the Mendo cross what's
Banana
the
God.
green?
You should have said
Banana
Johnny Burger just to get a captain reaction.
Bounty Burger.
That gets us all going, man. I fucking love Downy Burger.
Only got one nugget that
Yeah.
left. I think.
I got more
Well-
seeds of it. I'm gonna grow
I
it.
still wanna smoke it.
One nug left.
I don't know exact, maybe not Donnie Bird. I have it. Maybe yes. But I sent you something, Green Fingers, and when I put it in the seal meal, I counted 8 varieties.
Nice. More than last time. Shit.
Yeah, I
Shit, I
think
love
Donnie
those
Burger's in there.
packages.
Yeah, those are the best packages.
Buddy, he was grinning like a goose when he was opening your package. I was watching him on video.
I
Yeah, he
know.
was rubbing it in,
Yeah, he was rubbing it in. He was teasing us all.
My
kicking me
favorite
in the
still
nuts
the
every
outdoors.
time.
All your outdoors was my favorite since I didn't even realize it said outdoor on the
Well,
bottom. Bag.
a good amount. This is way better outdoor. These are the Stronana crosses that I sent today. And it went better. The plant
Oh,
just
shit.
finished better.
Captain, we're gonna have to listen to this again in a couple days. I take it.
Straw
Yeah.
Nana, yeah.
Oh shit.
All day long.
Is she stretchy, buddy? Your Stronana crosses or the Stronana?
Well, there was some, my plants outdoor, they grew about 12 feet this year.
12 feet.
Just a little.
Oh,
The J1
How's that compare to the rest of
maybe,
the?
but no, indoor, the ones I've done indoor are medium stretch, not terribly stretchy. No, I'll say this, I've grown probably 25 varieties or more from Brianna modern epigenics, right? And a lot of it, there's a lot of reasons, but a lot of it's just support a woman breeder at this point. There's only so few of them. But man, her shit rocks. That's all I gotta say. Yeah. Fucking her runch line was killer. A lot of good things in that. And the Stronana's are just as good or better. They're reversed, like Stronana white truffle, Stronana animal mint, Stronana this, Stronana that. That's her style. Like she puts out like 20 kinds, all one cross into her library. That's pretty damn good. She's got a solid library. So
I had
Yeah.
some Stronana across the triple sec that was from Original Dankster. Stay Fly Farms is their name, I guess. And it was too stretchy for me. I gifted it to my barber. He's got an outdoor spot. So if it's something's too big for me, I'm like, you know what, dude, take this. I'm not trying to wrangle this giant shit indoor. So he's gotten lots of plants for me. I love that we're allowed to just like, I feel being from Ohio, it feels so funny just driving around with plants like in my car, like buckled in plain sight, because I'm legally allowed to, and I'm just doing it because why the fuck not? And I'm driving over to my buddy's place and just dropping off fucking, some what some people would call like teens, but really they're very well developed plants that are essentially ready to be thrown into flower as soon as I drop them off. But yeah,
hey, in 2012, I had a booth in San Bernardino at the High Times Cup, and I went out to get food for everybody working. So it was maybe around 4 o'clock. I was coming back, and there was a cop at the main intersection going into the fairgrounds, directing traffic at the light because the light was just blinking. And there were people leaving the event with teens, like in their arms, like 3 plants in each arm, walking across the street with a guy like going like, come on, doing his traffic control shit. I remember right at that moment looking at that going, yeah, world's fucking changing. Here's a cop like directing
Yeah.
people walking down the street with plants. And that was 10 years ago this summer. Yeah.
It's wild, man. Like growing up, while the drug war was still fueled and rapidly roaring, it kind of feels like amazing to even see that. I know that the policy is not perfect. It's far fucking from it. There's a lot of issues in California and elsewhere, metric being a primary one. But that aside, it's kind of crazy that you can see people walking around with plants legally in public, and you can
Well, I
throw them in
think
your car and
technically
drop them
we're
off for your
really
buddies.
close. I carried on a clone that was inside 2 solo cups in my backpack, but it just went through security and it was never a thing. But I actually think you could probably present like a tray of 6 clone, whatever, right to TSA from Oakland to LA or San Diego. What are they going to do? Like,
Within state, you're fine.
I have
Yeah,
flown from California to Michigan multiple times with a box of 12 clones because that's what my Michigan card allowed me to carry, were 12 plants. And I never had a problem. In 2014, DJ Short gave me 4 CBD plants. And I would say clones, but they were plants. And I literally had to cut the one and put it in my backpack. And this was back when you could actually get good sized backpacks on carry-on. And I put it through the X-ray machine. The guy's face lit up because I had like 8 plants in this backpack. And one was like 3 foot tall, and he could see where I had cut the top of it off.
but see, here's where the but comes in. Just like in different states have like border checkpoints, agriculture checkpoints. That's like a concern from state to state, like pest bugs or whatever kind of plant you move around,
Oh, yeah.
right? And cannabis won't be any different. Actually, a vector for a lot of spreading of shit, right?
Hemp, prostate mites, we've already seen it. Hop latent viroid, which affects hop
So-
industry, which is another big industry.
But
So it's
the
like,
guy from CSI, like I guess way I read it, or he told it, or I heard, because he has metric seed sales in multiple states, wrote a letter to the DA to clarify. This is this few months back, and he got a response back, which basically said that a seed, a clone, that there's no THC in any of those things, so they're considered hemp. And yeah, well,
we've known that since the Farm Bill.
Right.
But
You
yeah,
know.
they clarified it. A bunch of people have. I mean, that's a good thing.
Until they change the law and say, because technically what's illegal is THC. That's what's in the law.
But like
Well,
you're saying,
plants-
they could regulate you based on import of an agricultural crop, which could be illegal because it could bring in pests and pathogens. So
Dude, in New York State, I don't know if it was Washington Square Park, I forget where, but the dude just had tables with clones on them, and the cops step up and they're like, they just kept walking. They're like, yeah, that's right, it's legal now. What are you gonna do? And the cultivation part isn't legal, but what are they gonna do? Bring the guy in, and then he could say part of his 3 ounces is allowed to have walking around with him or whatever.
Basically, give him a ticket for probably not having a license to be
If
able
they,
to sell
they
stuff
could do
on the
something
street.
if they
right?
wanted to. They just let him be, fuck it. It's only a freaking plan. So
they end up
didn't
losing a
do
lot of those
nothing.
cases. Even like
They
Captain
didn't do
420 was saying,
nothing.
with 12 plants flying back to a medical state, they don't want to go through that fucking policy because you're landing in a jurisdiction where it's legal for you to possess it. And so it's just easier for them to fucking let you go about your way and not fucking make the big mess of paperwork.
But I
But
can
some
tell you,
places
I
will make a
know,
mess of it.
I know 10
Yeah, but
years
you get
of encounters at Oakland Airport. And yeah, if you have a pound or less, they don't even fuck with you. Keep going. And you start trying to carry 3, 5, 10 pounds in your fucking shit. Yeah. they don't always arrest you. Sometimes they file the case months and months and months later, they refer it to the DA, but they take it from you. And then they put you on this list where, yeah, you're going to get fucking searched every time you go through any airport. But yeah, they're cool with like a decent amount. They don't trip
Yeah, you
on
could be
any of
going
that.
from LA to wherever in Oakland or whatever on a plane. All of a sudden a storm comes through and you land in, well, I guess everywhere is legal almost now. But you'd still be, shit could happen.
Well, in California,
Well,
you'd be flying over California, so you'd only land in California. And
Yeah, I guess
Don't,
exactly.
don't forget,
That'd be pretty
the
crazy storm.
TSA
or Nevada or something,
That
which
far.
is legal
and
too.
even though they're very evasive and a lot of the shit's ridiculous at this point, they have a very targeted mission. And that mission is like securing from basically terrorism, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, they don't got time to fuck with every little thing they find in somebody's fucking shit, dude.
Dude, they ain't even
No.
that good at stopping the whole terrorism thing. They did an internal investigation, and 67 out of 70 things that they put through, like box
Went
cutters,
right
weapons.
through,
Yeah, it was
Oh,
over
dude.
90% got through, and they
some
had to
I gotta
handgun
tell
even
you,
because
got through.
they're publicly funded, so they had to
Somehow
publish
the
it.
whole thing, I've never got used taking the belt off sometimes, but not other times. The shoes, and then always, I don't have any metal in my shoulders, but somehow every time I go through, they gotta do some weird thing, and then they want to put your fingers in some fucking thing. They always fuck with me, but like I always carry just whatever I need to smoke, and they never trip on
I
that.
refused
And
to
most
go
of the
through
time,
that thing where you put your hands up the one time because I just wanted to go through the metal detector. I'm like, hey, if they're making pregnant ladies and children go through the fucking metal detector and not making them go through this thing, I'm like, maybe it's fucked up. I don't want all that radiation nuking me every single time I'm flying. So I'm like, I'll opt out. And then one time I fucking opt out. They pat me down, and the dude takes his gloves off and tests his gloves and says that there is chemical evidence of a bomb or explosives. And the only thing I could theorize was I like had walked through fucking grass, and it came back tested positive for fertilizer, because fertilizer can be a fucking explosive. So one of the elements
or
of a
false
fertilizer that I walked through.
positive. Just straight
But
up,
I
these
missed my
machines
fucking
are
flight
fucking
over this
bullshit.
shit. I missed my flight. Long story short, because I tried to not go through this fucking put your hands over your head shit and walk through the metal detector like I used to my whole entire life up before
Well,
9/11, I guess.
I know the moment my life with the TSA changed. I think it was in like 2008 or 9, coming back from St. John after 2 weeks in the Caribbean. And I had a cigarette pack that I didn't even realize, but it had a joint in it. And I went through down there. And the next thing you know, they had us in the back, basically trying to extort as much money off of me as they could. And then they put us on the plane after the plane sat on the tarmac for almost 2 hours and made it clear it was because of us. And that was fucked up until we got to Chicago and blended into another plane. But months and months later, I got a bill from the government to whatever for $1,500 more I had to pay. And then ever since then, oh, they fuck with me. Cause yeah, I'm on some lists. I fucking had a joint in St. John. That was the trip. It wasn't fucking Oakland.
Damn. That's not a fun list to be on.
And that was years ago. Things were a little different. But yeah, oh my God, they were sure there was more. And they went through everything. And actually, some of the fine was because when they dug through my wife's stuff, she had saved a few shells and shit she found. There's a full-on law that you can't take anything, right? And they're serious about that shit. So next thing you know, they found that shit, and yeah, they ate shit over that and all that.
Eagle's getting his bow tie on.
But he's gonna get the little piece thingy, little fucking white thing.
They're really big about that here in Thailand, and even taking them off the beach. And that's what they've really nailed the Chinese on.
Anyway, they can get some tax revenue, I guess, and protect the environment, because it does have a place in even like rocks and shit on the beach for like erosion and things like that.
Well, I mean, if you consider it, if you just let that happen, and it's mainly tourism, X amount of thousands of people a year times X amount. Yeah, there would be nothing left, dude.
It's gone.
The beach would
Exactly.
be gone.
Yeah.
No, you're not
Maybe
wrong.
take one rock.
Humanity. It's like
They would
yeah,
start taking the
fucking-
sand after there's no shells.
Yeah.
After there's no more sand, then you've got yourself a rock beach, and maybe people will take the rocks, and they do. Trust me, they paint
They
them,
do. Yep.
put them in their
They've
garden.
actually,
Put them in their
they've
yard.
actually
Yeah.
said that, COVID has helped out the reef corals and everything down around the islands here in Thailand.
Yeah,
So it's
same with
actually been
Hawaii.
a godsend for the water life.
all across
Well,
the whole planet because so many less flights happened.
Yeah, well,
So
that
much less fishing.
whatever it was, I don't know how fit. I know it happened on March 18th, whatever year. We were like on official lockdown for whatever amount of time, not long enough, but it was a couple months.
2
There
weeks
was
to
all
stop the
these
spread.
signs. Yeah, there was all these signs of like gnarly things that happened in nature just over that, just over people not being on the roads and in towns and like the wildlife just like was ready to take back over, you know, just in a few weeks, man.
That was really cool to see, actually. I think it's fascinating how quick, like, you see those post-apocalyptic movies, like I Am Legend, and you're like, that's kind of seems like it might be a little bit bullshit. Like how quick our animals going to take over a city like fucking New York. But if people start to not be active or outside or flee the city completely for whatever reason, then
Well, and like
animals are going
animals
to move
aren't
in,
completely
take over.
dumb. So how many species of animals realize that the reason that their fucking life is fucked is because of us? Like literally, what like not all animals have consciousness, but some do, right? Or I at least believe that, right? How many of them like look and go, yeah, these fucking humans, man, fuck. Life would be better if we got rid of them.
I don't know if many of them think that way, but I think they're trying to think, what am I going to eat next? And am I going to get to mate this season?
Yeah, well, they're wondering how they can get across the fucking highway. Because like that's what's fucked up for a lot of wildlife is that they have no access to their terrain and things they need to do to survive because roads and that sections of things off, freeways especially. And next thing you know, a species that used to travel for hundreds of miles is trapped in like a 15-mile zone because of roads.
Smiley's
fences.
Gardens in the house. I will say there's a
Hey,
bunch of nature
Smiley.
preserves all over California, man.
Smiley?
At least where we're at, there's nature preserves in
Yeah.
every freaking neighborhood and backyard. You can go through and see wolves, coyotes, deer.
Yep,
fucking
and those things are all critically important. Empty land like that. California has a bunch like that they don't let any developers and make them
wetlands.
hiking trails or whatever, but that's really nature preserves and they're
Dude, I live on
critical because
those.
if
I
Yeah.
walk on those shits like because I basically guide hikes. A lot of my work is doing that, so I appreciate them. It's fucking beautiful, the freshest air, some beautiful ass. California is so most of America is beautiful. If you go look at the national parks and shit, get outside and see some of the places. We really do live in a beautiful place.
Yeah.
I need to get back to Michigan. That's beautiful in its own regard. Many different sections. Smiley, how you doing, man? What you smoking on tonight?
Good, man. Smoking the platinum cake. I'm about to, waiting on the 20.
Consistent. I like that one.
Yeah, always a good one.
Maybe I'll smoke that one again sometime soon. Someday, maybe.
Hope so, man. You're the one that fucking skipped the country.
Well,
Yeah, it's a little harder to get Sela meals over to Thailand.
from the looks of it, I don't think there's any like real hindrance. Potent Ponics showed weed that had stamps on it from Metric inside Oklahoma, like right for sale on the street. So first off, how could Metric weed even get out of metric. And second off, all the way to another country. Holy shit.
Dude, I'll tell you how. You put it in a box and somebody sends it there, and it
Yeah.
gets opened up by somebody on the other end, and they sell it for 5 times the amount.
Yeah. Well,
That's how it
here's
happens.
like my latest take in the last few months is
Been
that
trying to do that
Metric
for 3
is a
months.
company. Metric's like a software. It's basically every state
Based
pays
out of
this company,
Florida.
right? But at first few years, the whole plant to tag and cameras and paperwork all seemed like this impenetrable inventory system, you know? But now that it's been around a few years, seems like the operators and just about everyone else is, yeah, the thing doesn't work.
Dude, are you
Right.
going to have people review millions of hours of footage to make sure that somebody didn't take a package like this and stick it into their bag and walk out when maybe it could be a sample
I know
to give to a
2 or
vendor?
3 main ways that these guys get around. Outdoor guys literally get a license for their acreage and then will buy hemp, cheap shit, and then present that as what they grew and say it was worthless and get it right off on the thing as the real crop just goes out into the market. Right?
Yep.
Like, right.
That's
It's
a way
like,
to do
oh,
it.
that's
For sure.
just one way there. Oh, it seems like the,
Hypothetically, allegedly, because it sounds like this
Yeah.
might still be happening in the current market.
even
and we're not
what
outside the
I
statute
know
of limitations.
exactly what 420 was calling popcorn, right? The backdoor brokerage or dispo or whatever you want to call it in LA, where the weight's at. Yeah, they have these bags, really good shit, the top shit, right? But they call them smalls or popcorn or whatever. But they're priced between like 600 and 800, but they're all just little ass pieces. But yeah, it's dank ass weed. It's just little ass pieces. You know what I mean?
They sell that as smalls out here.
Smalls. Yeah. And
But in
like a lot
Thailand,
of,
it's okay because, like I said, most people are only buying a gram. So, okay, well, people back home, we want 1 bud that's a gram. Over here, okay, if 3 buds make up a gram, that's fine.
yeah. And my customer that has a delivery and also goes up to LA to do these, he shows me these smalls and what he pays for them. And like, it would actually take me to slow my trimmers down and say, yeah, not even like a 3 gram bud. That's too big. Everything has to be cut down into like these little ass pieces.
It's
Because
machines.
people like that run a game like that, 8s and Mylars or whatever, sexual delivery. They don't want a pound that has even the slightest stem in it. They don't. Used to be, if you didn't have a few 5 gram nugs or head pieces in a pound, people would bitch.
Didn't want it.
No, now these people that work the game, yeah, they don't want any of that. They bitch that there's big pieces in it. What the fuck? Like, wait, I'm gonna have to cut that up myself, basically, because yeah, you don't sell like a 5 gram bud. What are you gonna do with that?
Well, the machine trim knocks off a lot of these little calyxes on some of the more fox-tailed buds, which a lot of these bigger productions are growing because it's too hot or for whatever reason. Sometimes it's just genetics, but it doesn't machine trim well or like bag trim well. And you get these really nice, smokable, really trichomy calyxes that, I mean, like you're saying, if you get, even if it's 5 of them, make a gram, you get 5 little 0.2 little popcorn, like, I don't know, tips of calyx, and it grinds up and smokes just fine. A lot of them are smoking in bowls or joints or whatever.
Yeah.
So
It seems like I know from a few things going on. Those Beard brothers make these really quality trimmers, and up north you can lease these things, but don't think you can like call up this late in the season. They'll tell you, oh, then it's booked all the way through January, right? Because that's the smart guy. He bought up every fucking one of these machines and has them leased out at whatever per day, right? And yeah, a lot of these guys that last year they still had trim and paid that. This year they're like, yeah, nah. If we can't machine trim it, then we can't even bring anything to market. They can't. The
Well,
numbers.
shit, you could do pounds with something like Smiley's got pretty quick, and if you got a bigger operation, I guess you could get a couple of them. And
Well,
it's
even
not
with
that
low,
huge of an
the
upfront
low
cost.
wage on trimmer, you're talking about at least $100 a pound. And when you're only getting like sub numbers like per pound for outdoor, well, where do you find $100 in that? That's, you know what I mean? The price is like about $400 to $600 for outdoor pounds. So like paying $100 to have it trimmed, or that's even cheap, dude. You're only going to get what you get for $100.
There you go.
Oh, you didn't change.
I thought he was getting a bow tie, not putting on a t-shirt.
Right?
Nah, actually, the mushrooms were kicking in, man. I had to fucking stretch. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I had to tone it down.
Tripping without hot sauce, the old-fashioned way.
They hit hard too. They hit hard and fast. My face is about beat red too. Look at this. Yeah, purple is fine.
Dude, penis envy is no joke, brother. That shit is strong. The reason they named it, there's a bunch of strains out there. That is not the go easy one. That's the fucking we're gonna go hard strain from.
Well, and
all my
things crossed
understanding.
into it, like albino or hillbilly also crossed into PE. Those are fucking gnarly ones. Yeah.
I love the way everybody caught it across the board. Oh shit.
I gave my buddy a cat before we went to the zoo the other day. He was in town from out of state, Minnesota. He's not from there, but he lives there now. But took him to the San Diego Zoo. It's kind of a trip where ate very high dosages of edibles, and yeah, it was a good time.
I've been there almost every year because there would be a butterfly exhibit and we would go. But when you mentioned it, I thought about it. I remember it was all right. We'd walk around and see everything, but I always left there sad. It's like those beautiful animals, and like at first you think, oh, but then nah, they're all in this place that they probably shouldn't be, but whatever. Especially
at
the
least they're not
gorillas and
getting
shit.
eaten.
A lot of those animals are rescued.
Shot.
Or
Yeah.
fucked by some animal that they don't know. Most of them, if they're getting fucked, it's by somebody that they know and they've been a mate and partner with for a while. They're happy.
Yeah,
Some of
there's
those
some of it.
exhibits are wild, man. They like, you know, it's not living in the wild, but some of these smaller animals, they can make pretty wild enclosures where they only use like a third of the fucking area that they're provided. So I'm hard pressed to think like, oh, they need a fucking shit ton more room, because I guess maybe if they were left open, like the whole blackfish, I don't know, blackfish. I think it was about SeaWorld. That I can get.
Wow.
I understand that more. Like orcas, they live way longer in the wild, and they don't ever get that little bent fin situation going on. So
well, and they basically covered up that this thing was smart enough to, like, even after years of behaving, would finally go, yeah, fuck you, and then they covered that up. Where
dude,
like, you can't really
grew up
mess
with
with
Shamu.
animals. Yeah, so did I. But
Shamu
like,
is from Ohio though, and then they, after Shamu either killed somebody or attacked somebody in Ohio, they sent him out to San Diego. So it's like,
I mean, that
somebody compared him to the Catholic
wasn't
preachers.
the name of that whale called killer whale? Like,
Yeah,
that's the species.
orcas are also known as a killer whale.
Whales, orcas.
Yeah,
Dude,
so
I saw
it was
one
like,
dude who actually survived it. It was real impressive. He like fucking did some breathing
No
exercise.
There's no place for them in captivity, in my opinion. Not
I'm
orcas.
with you there. Yeah, not orcas. They're too
well,
big,
that,
and
now
the
that
tanks are way
pretty
too
much
small.
stop that, right? I mean, SeaWorld did, right? They don't have that anymore, right?
They
The
no longer
orcas.
get new ones, but they still have.
A couple times.
They still have the ones that they have. They just don't get new ones in.
But they don't do that show with them or something.
I'm not
I don't
sure.
know. I know it. Being in
Yeah,
San
the
Diego,
dolphins-
SeaWorld's
dolphins
like,
still.
Trips to
SeaWorld
Des Moines
spends
and
a
Male
lot of
Flower.
money. on trying to like make themselves seem acceptable, except that everyone hates them. But they still are open every day and are in
A bunch of
business.
people don't care, man. There's a group of people that say like go woke, go broke. So there's a bunch of people that
But
are
I
still
know
going to Sea
one
World,
thing,
not
like, 'cause
giving a
my
fuck.
wife used to rescue birds at the beach, and you take them to certain vets, and then because SeaWorld pays for it, they like it's like seagulls, any kind of bird. SeaWorld does a lot, gives money back for marine conservation. They
sure.
do.
Dude, so does
Right?
every zoo.
That's part of their like method
Yeah.
to try to, cover up with what they are. But that money does do things. The seals in La Jolla, they do a lot of shit. Like
Same with the
they,
zoos. It educates people, gets people into it, and then they get money to conservation to have those areas like we were talking about earlier,
Yeah.
nature preserves here and in other countries where the animals naturally exist. Like that's some of the only diplomacy that we've had long-standing with China is the pandas from China. Granted, they make a shit ton of money off of us, and it's not the best deal, but we gave them a couple animals, and they gave us a few pandas, and they really tightly regulate how we're allowed to keep them. They charge a shit ton of money. I guess we don't even have them at San Diego Zoo anymore. They got rid of them a couple years ago.
they
That was
asked
like
for
one of the
them
big
back,
things.
and those naturally in captivity, they like are almost impossible to breed. It was like took them all these years and years and years, and then they finally were successful. But it's not like they breed.
You want to know why? Because they were separating them from the mom, and when they were separated, the babies essentially weren't being cleaned by the mom, like licking the belly, and then they wouldn't shit. And when they weren't shitting, they were getting these infections because they weren't shitting and they were dying. So they couldn't get the babies to survive because they were separating them from the parent. They didn't think like, hey, let's just let them stay with the mom. They were trying to like do like simulations where they like artificially, stroke the area of the belly that would be licked. But ultimately, I think they just found it's better to keep the fucking baby with the parent panda until it's to a certain stage that it can naturally do its thing.
China makes deals with zoos around the world and the United States and puts pandas there because it's like a huge revenue. Like if you have pandas in your zoo, you're going to have people come to see them because, not that many zoos have pandas. I remember when they were at San Diego Zoo, but they took them away from us.
There's only like a few in the US at a time that have them.
Yeah.
Like less than 5.
I guess it's the
still
best
have
way
red
to keep
pandas.
it from being exploited, right? Like I guess it probably is better than if they were exploited. And
You ever
they
see
were
the red panda?
Well, I think so. Yeah.
It's like I don't know. They're interesting looking.
Top of the morning to you, Mio.
I see.
What are you smoking? What are you grinding?
All the time.
Morning.
Hey, my wife, we went from just going every year to look at the butterfly exhibit. It's 1 month. I would go once. She would go like a bunch. But after a few years, she used to sell them chrysalises. And it was like maybe like a third of her annual income was selling them chrysalises for the exhibit.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That's a cool side hustle.
They pay, dude. A
job.
monarch chrysalis was like $3 to $7.
I got some milkweed seeds I'm about to plant. Shit.
But there's
save the butterfly.
It's like they don't. It's you got to work it. It's a lot. Yeah.
They do that around here. There's Frederick Meyer Gardens does the butterfly exhibit. Like it's like a 2-week deal every year.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's a business made in a handbag because I call them first grade teachers, but they're like first, second, third grade teachers. Spend money out of their own pocket and order these kits that are basically you make them out of egg crates. You buy those, but you cut them and they're a little different. And you put each chrysalis in each one. And so they buy like, if their class is 22 kids, they buy them. And next year, their class is 26 kids. They come back and they buy them. And so every year and every semester, like 50% of the business was teachers And they were buying them out of their own pocket. It wasn't like, oh, they had a budget from the fucking school. No. And some of this costs money, yeah, because they would have to buy all this other bullshit but kids and each got a chrysalis and like saw it go through its whole, or got a larvae that then turned into a chrysalis is the deal. But yeah, that was really what generated money, those orders.
That's cool.
That's why
But
last year we had a
here's
pretty
the
wild
catch.
migration.
You
The
can
spotted-
only breed as many butterflies as you have milkweed, and caterpillars are ravenous to say the least. Like one little fucking thing will eat a whole bush in like 5 days. But milkweed doesn't grow back very fast. It takes like maybe 2 years to regenerate a plant after caterpillars devastated. And so the catch is you can only really breed as much as you can have milkweed, and milkweed doesn't grow that fast. Yeah, that's the catch in a nutshell.
That's why they give milkweed seed out for free pretty much everywhere. Like they have these, if you go to a city council meeting here, there's a group that gives away free milkweed seeds, and it's popular not only here, Oceanside and other cities have it.
If you're in the butterfly movement, one of the biggest things, monarch, is to make people realize that it's a native plant that basically landscapers, for whatever reason, just left off the list of things they put in yards and public places, even though it's really native to everywhere. But there's
You
not
already mentioned
enough
it earlier. Why? It's
Yeah.
a bitch to maintain because you don't want to have to deal with all the caterpillars. So they do shit
Exactly.
that is hardy,
Exactly.
that they can cut once, spray with a ton of fucking pesticide, and leave it the fuck alone. That's low water use.
Exactly. And it's
Something like-
deciduous. So like
like a
half the year
rosemary.
it's gonna die and look like shit and then come back, right? So yeah, it's not a landscape plant, but it needs to be there.
It's also highly toxic to dogs when it becomes woody on the stem. The dog,
Yeah, there's
chews-
like a milky silica type thing, gummy
once
inside
gets
it when you
woody-
crack
once
the
it gets
stem.
woody bark on the stem as an adult plant, it's poisonous to dogs.
Hey, for 20 years, we had at one point 600 potted plants in rotation in different greenhouses. And it was really her job to save. She would have to pluck off every last larvae and caterpillar before it ate down to like no leaf. Like if it really ate all the way down just stem, that thing wouldn't really revegetate. But if it had a couple leaves, it would start to come back pretty quick. But you had to pull the caterpillars off and rotate them. And I grew weed, and weed was easy as fuck. Like we grew weed through all that. And I thought, well, shit, I know how to grow things. Let me fucking, we'll grow this milkweed. We'll figure it out. And man, I applied everything I could. No, that shit grows slow as fuck, man. End of story. I don't care what you do with it.
Did you try BTK or Tanglefoot?
Like there's things, and ultimately germinating a milkweed seed, which is these weird like cotton ball type things. That's tricky. Like nothing like a cannabis seed that's like being you're like, yeah. I still have specimens in the refrigerator of hers, because that was her thing, collecting all the milkweed from all over the place.
I was saying though, like for IPM reasoning, like BTK, the Bacillus thuringiensis.
Well, I could tell you that one year I said, oh, I'm just going to spray these plants over here. And literally we just about devastated the whole colony from like whatever overspray or whatever. Yeah, you can't use BT around those. That's what kills them.
They want
yeah.
to keep them
It'll
alive.
kill the
They'll get
caterpillars.
into
It'll
pupa,
kill the
yeah.
butterfly.
Yeah. Fuck.
Good
That's it. You know, the thing is, it's not monarchs that fuck with cannabis. Okay, those are like moths or what, like varieties of moths, because a monarch butterfly will die with its eggs if it can't find a milkweed to lay them on. Fact. They're never going to lay an egg ever on a cannabis plant? Well, if they don't lay an egg, there's not a larvae and there's not a caterpillar. So whatever you've seen on your cannabis plants, it's never been a monarch, because monarchs do not lay their eggs except on one species, milkweed. That's a fact. So, oh, they're
Somebody's
moths,
doing a
like,
good job, man, because I see a fuck ton of them around here.
well, monarchs you see, but I'm telling you, that's not the caterpillars and larvae that get on cannabis plants aren't from them.
No, I'm saying like in a good way. I think that people are doing a good job growing milkweed to maintain the monarch population, because I see them every single day
at
that I'm out.
our fruit stand for years, we had a monarch garden there, and she sold milkweed plants. They were clean because people would also buy them like at the nursery on Highway 15 and all these big nurseries. But those nurseries use chemicals and spray. And then people would come in and tell her their experience that, oh, we had the larvae going and all, and then everything died. And she would tell them, oh yeah, it's because, where'd you get the milkweed plant? Oh, we bought it at whatever nursery. And yeah, they had chemicals on it. So like, yeah, no, this is a very fragile thing. You can't, nope, BT anything will decimate it. They're not meant to live through shit like that.
That's a tricky proposition. Mail, what are you smoking on? I asked earlier when you were grinding up and I didn't get a response. Do you know what it is? Or you just...
What I'm smoking now? Yeah, it's from Trichome Jungle. It's a sour fusion.
Oh, nice. I hear good things about
vanilla
Ooh.
gorilla.
Hell yeah, that's good.
Lovely.
You don't get that too often. A lot of people, I don't think have even experienced vanilla in cannabis. It's quite pleasant.
Well, I know all you guys are LED guys, but today my timing was perfect. I went to my grocery store to pick up a pump. Wasn't really going to buy much, but my friend that has managed the place for 20 years, who now works for Grow Generation, who bought the place, was closing the place. And by the time I left, I spent $101 total, but he sold me like 17 bulbs for 50 cents each, like double-ended, single-ended, 600s, you name it, 17 of them, 50 cents each. I could have grabbed more, but fuck, 17 was enough. Because Grow Generation is only going to sell 2 bulbs going forward, 2 grand. So like anything else, they just want out of there. And I was like, all right, I'll take them. And somehow he gave me another 3 boxes, and I did the retail value of these. It's that company Cutting Edge has a new powdered line of food, hydro food. And each 10-pound bag, AB for Grow and Bloom, cost what do they call it, MSRP or whatever, it's $50 for 10 pounds. That's what it comes in. Somehow, from the last time I went there to this time, he gave me 1, 2. I have 5 boxes that each box has 8 bags in it. So I have like probably 2 years worth of that shit. Wait, I think I left with like, I felt like thousands of dollars worth of shit, and I only spent 100 because they were just like, yeah, take it.
Dude,
Sure,
they're literally
I'll
trying to
take
give
it.
the shit away. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
I was like,
My
fuck
hydro
it.
store closed, same
How
thing.
much shit, more shit do you got back here? Because Grow Generation has these new policies. Like, yeah, take it off the shelf, put it wherever. We're not selling that shit anymore. Get rid of it. Right? And yeah, 50 cents a bulb. These are all like whatever name brand bulbs, whatever. Doesn't matter. They're bulbs are bulbs. 50 cents. I was like, sure. Well, I felt like I hit the jackpot today.
Miley, aren't you kind of mixed? You got LEDs and some HIDs, don't you?
Yeah, I actually just switched out one of my LEDs for the metal halide today in bed.
It's that season for you, right? I mean, it gets colder. It makes sense to run HID this time of year for you guys.
Yeah, the room temps weren't. Yeah, it was like 73 or something in there, and nothing wrong with all the lights on and shit. So yeah, throw those up and I can get it 76, 77. I put 2 of them up, it'll get up around 80.
Fuck running a heater. and trying to keep the LEDs cranking. I mean, I think that makes a lot of sense where you're at and how it's set up.
Exactly. Ohio too.
Over here too.
Yeah, 'cause you got that room temp with the LEDs, so either way, I'd have to try to bump it up to at least 78, 80 degrees around there to get it.
Now, I didn't have to use I didn't have to use HBS last year at all, so.
Buddy, you'll
I was
officially
lucky.
be an
We didn't-
outlaw
We had a really mild winter last year. This
in
year, it could be, I
2023.
could
You
be
said
running it for 2 months, you know? It all depends. It just was really, what, was it mild for you last year? You know, we didn't get that really. I think 4 or 5 mornings, there was ice on the car last year, you know? And I mean, like, there was no snow stayed beyond 11 o'clock in the morning. So that's really good, you know, on the fields all around me.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll be that mild again this year?
You don't know. We're an island just off the Atlantic Ocean, so it's like we get a lot of weather coming in from Michigan, believe it or not.
Really?
I do believe it.
Yeah, because
No.
you get the lakes, and you got
West to
them
east.
jet streams that bring it
Yep.
up over, you know.
Nice.
I've been watching that for years, and that's why I kind of picked Jinx Proof in Seattle for my thing at the beginning of that weather front, you know, and it's very similar where he grows in and all that to what I grow in, the same longitude and latitude, you know, very similar.
Well, I'm gonna think of you when I'm putting out clouds next time outside.
They're gonna drift right along over.
Yeah, it is, but that's what it is.
No.
We are very connected in that sense, you know. We all breathe the same air.
Yeah, true that, man. It's a small world for us.
If you watch the way the cloud formation it comes from the west, you know, and where's west of us is ye. So, and what happens you know what I mean, when we see the snow starting to come there, we know the wet season the rain is heading for us, you know.
See, now in the summer, if I were to run those metal halides, I have trouble controlling the temperature. So that's the other side of that, is I have to switch them out in outside temp. But that's just mainly because my room's not really sealed and insulated from the outside like it probably should be.
Yeah, and this is the thing as well, is I still haven't turned on my light in my flower room because I'm still waiting for things to dry and do its, and I want to give it another little bit of going to. I still have spider mites, but they're on a couple of plants, and I just think I'm going to just get rid of everything at this stage, you know, like there, and just start afresh. It's nearly 6 weeks I've been fighting, and I think, yeah.
No,
So
I
that,
get
in
it.
that sense, like I'm kind of, and plus, like I've changed, as you say, the insulation in that room is all changed as well. So I don't want to bring anything near that brand new room. You know, I just, so yeah, I'm still dealing with that. Not in a, you know, nothing like what it was. I just see traces, and the traces are enough for me to go, I'm going to fucking burn this place down. You know, but I'm at, I think I have another week or two at it. I should have ended my problems, you know. But I'm going to have to come in on the kind of chemical end of it and treat it and then start my IPM measures from there. You know?
How have you been trying to treat it so far?
I done the ISO and I done the fucking peroxide. Yeah, I done the lemon juice all in the spray. Yeah, I done diatomaceous earth on top of the soil, and sprinkled that around the room as well. And I've used 2 different leaf sprays, one from BioBiz and one Lifeguard. Yeah,
Like
and
a
then
base kind of thing?
and now and then I got like a how would you say, probiotic, 2 different stimulants one is a barrier guard, and then one is a prevention for keeping them at bay. You spray around the room. Yeah. So, but to use I'm wasting them because they're still in there's one or still adults, if you can understand. I need to treat them from in the beginning infestation. So I got to bring down I've got too big of an attic. When I try to, where I have it, my room, and then outside of the room is where the problem's coming from. I have 3 inlet, like vent pipes in my roof, and I can't block them, you know? And I'm surrounded by active farms, you know? So I had them cutting all their hay, their haylage and all that, like 6 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, you know, and they were turning all that dry, and we had like gone through a 30-day spell of, you know, which we normally don't go through here, 30 days straight dry. So good weather as well, but that just drove up all that pressure of anything that could come into your room. So I've never dealt with them before. I've dealt with trips and dealt with, you know, so this is just a new little predator that's kind of kicked me in the ass a bit, as it does, you know, when you're learning it, you know. And trying to clean a big area, you know. My main problem was that I had my water tanks for my house, you know, that I'd feed. So like using any real heavy chemicals, I can't have the kids around the house. I can't, you know, got to drain them systems down, you know, just to be careful, you know.
Yeah.
This is.
Krokowski in the house.
What up? What up? What up? Cheers, guys.
But yeah, I'm getting there slowly, you know.
No, it sounds like you've been pulling out all the
you think you have
artillery.
it, and I was about to flip, and I says, no, leave it another week and just wait that week and see, and carry on. And it was okay. I seen, but
Now, are predator mites like anything available to you? Is that something?
not really. It's I can get them, access them, but I have to get them from the UK. By the time they come from courier,
Yeah.
they've like maybe been 3-4 days in transport,
Yeah.
you know. And by that time they've changed, like, you know what I mean? I've got ladybirds before, and it's like, they're already gone after, you know, they've grown into adults already. And I've got other packets, and there was like tiny amounts of them left in there, and it was just a complete waste. You know, we spent big money. I chipped in with other people, so we got a big lot, because they wouldn't send for an individual grower. They wanted to send, you know.
Yeah.
And then that way we were storing them, and where you store them, and it was like, oh, fuck, you know, we just had like ended up having the best pest management, but you know, it was a waste of them as well.
It's expensive.
Very expensive.
It's insane.
I couldn't afford to go
Shipping.
back the second time and buy them because I didn't get the benefits the first time.
Why would you if it didn't work, right?
Yeah. So it's like that. It's yeah. I am where I am, and I'll be.
I just realized
Soon.
my charger doesn't my phone died earlier, and it's probably gonna die again now. I was gonna make a joke that Buddy Kilowatt's probably getting those HPS bulbs so cheap because in California they're outlawing them in 2023, and that's about to be, you know, just a few months away. So that's for the commercial grows. I don't think they're gonna be able to regulate what people do in their own home. But with that said, it was great seeing you all again, hanging out for a little while. Green Fingers, Captain 420.
Peace, Jack.
Everybody,
bro.
buddy,
Cheers.
Neil,
Cheers.
Grokowski, Smiley,
Hell yeah, bro. Cheers.
Eagle,
Peace out, Jack.
and Tao. Have a great night, everybody. Peace and
There,
love.
Jack.
Catch y'all later.
Yeah, usually the spider mites haven't been like, I don't know, it's usually a good leaf strip and you hit them with a couple of sprays and break their life cycle, and it's usually.
I done all that. I've done all that.
Yeah. There's got to be a spot they're hanging out then or something.
It's outside of the room. As soon as I open that door,
Okay.
it's like, if you know anybody's attics, I've got like one area for my old household stuff. I just need to get rid of shit. And I've got, you know, that insulation, the rock wool. I
Yeah.
just need to get rid of that. I think that's housing it's, you know,
Hmm.
but that's an expense to get rid of at this time of year and then put another insulation back in, you know, has to be done, unfortunately. But that's where I'm at. It's like I kind of treated an area, but didn't treat the whole area. Because,
That's a
you
good
know, I
thing.
treated
You're
it as much as I
improving.
could.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
But yeah, I'm another couple of weeks, yeah, this just slowed me down and I'll get back. Yeah. But it's kind of like kick myself in the ass. It's like a month down at this stage.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah.
Mm.
But listen, these are all little learning lessons that we all come across and pinches in the arse for you know, like you can go around and you can blame, oh, I was with this grower, I was in this person or this person, you know, or I took in this plant or whatever, or the kids bought me a house plant for my birthday and they came in, you know. I've only one person to blame is me. I'm the only person going in and out of that room. I'm not blaming, I can't blame the dogs or a cat or a, you know.
Well, and at the end of the day, blaming anybody ain't gonna make it go better either. So.
Yeah, but it's like it's my problem.
Yep.
In that sense.
That's just it, yeah.
And I kind of was a bit like, I don't want to go to any of these. I wouldn't go to the session the other day because of that. You know, I just didn't want going, okay, you know, just, you know, somebody else saying, oh, you fucking, you know, I wouldn't put anyone else at risk. I wouldn't like them doing that to me. I'll stay at home until I sort my problem out. You know, it's like, you know, that's the way I am. We will survive.
Yeah. Well, good luck with it, man.
Yeah, I'm at the, I mean, is it them red ones? What do they, there's different types of mite, isn't there? Like red belly.
Persimilis or whatever.
Yeah, so that's the one I have, the bastard.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds different than like.
Have you tried sulfur?
Yeah, sulfur.
Yeah, but so I couldn't use the sulfur ones in my own house, yeah, because I had the water and all that. And because I have my kids stay like 4 nights with me, that was my, so kind of have to get them to stay at their mom's for like, you know, to do that. But I have the other room has gone through, the brand new room, the flower room has gone through 2 cycles of sulfur. This is what I mean. I need to kind of do this in the other area as well. So I'm going to go to a grow shop later on and buy some more. Just like that, just so I can do it. But I'm going to just get the kids out of the house for a week. And, you know.
Timing and juggling it all.
Yeah, it's not like, you know what I mean? But that's what I mean. You do one area in your, like do the little grow area, but you have your whole rest of your house that you've got. Like around me, I've probably got 10 house plants just within touching distance of me. Like, you know what I mean? My own, you know. So you have to treat the whole house as a grow. You know.
Yeah.
Plus I've got like a front garden, like that's got all your household lovely, like normal plants, got a lawn, I've got a back garden. I've still got like loads of veg growing and, you know, I still got tomatoes, still got
I'm in and out
potatoes.
of my garden. And like,
you know, like I've still got a little, you know, it's different, areas are different, yeah. So I'm getting around to it.
fuckers. I hope you get rid of them, man. This spider might.
Yeah, I'm at the other end of it now, where it's I'm fucking winning, I think, anyway. So I've got all the tools in the kit. It was like trying to get stuff here in this country is you know, since Brexit as well, I've got to get it sent to, buy it off somebody, get them sent to them, then they send it to somebody else and they send it to me.
Yeah.
So
Well, I was wondering.
for a thing that took a day or two to come to me usually now takes a week and a half, you know. It's like everything is just because you can't buy that product here anymore because they don't sell it.
Yeah,
into
that's
Europe.
what I was wondering is like how you would go about it because I figured you couldn't just get everything.
No, I have to get something sent from America to the UK that won't come into Europe. So
Yeah, it's a different world, man.
yeah, we're living in like that. Listen, we'll get over these little hiccups.
Yeah.
Get packages from America
And I
now.
mean, like, for the people that I can reach out to around me and ask for, yeah, I've been inundated with nothing but help. You know what I mean? And people saying this product, yeah, this is the one. We suffered with the one. Which one is it? Which exact might it is? And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a good thing to learn this side because I've never learned about spider mites really, apart from other people talking about their infestations, and you're kind of going, holy fuck, I'd hate to get that. I've never seen that here. You know what I mean? And if you ask other growers
buddy.
around, they say they don't really get it as such. It's mainly if they took a clone in from the UK, they bought off a vendor, and they took a tray in and didn't look after themselves. You know. And I don't go to the grow shop. I haven't been in the grow shop in 3 years.
Wow.
Until today.
I'm surprised you guys have them here, you know?
Yeah, but I mean,
Rick.
yeah, I just don't. I don't like going to the grow shop for that reason. You know, it seems like it's a highly pressured area, like for every concentration of every fucking. Because it's like there's probably only like 5 or 6 proper grow shops in the country, and they're like at this time of year, everybody's going to be running for their Christmas crops, so it's going to be like a little queue to stand in there to get your shit.
Here in Thailand,
I'm going to be helping somebody else on the road with their stuff today as well. Like, so push them on that. Go ahead and do it.
here in Thailand, they need a good online nutrient and basically grow store. You can buy, your pots and your trays and everything like that at the dollar store or at your little market. There's usually 1 or 2 people that do wholesale. But when it comes down to like nutrients, they're still all about the pellets. So there's really a big need of either powdered or bottled organics here. Now, there are a lot of smaller villages that have maybe 1, 2, 3 people in the village that do make your ferments. So that's where a lot of people do go get their nutrients from.
You definitely don't want all them salt companies turning up to you. You know, I think if you're going to start off and have a clean sheet, you should, bat out straight away and say, let's go from an organic. You know what I mean? Because of the mistakes that's the disaster everywhere else. Plus, it's only going to end up back in your water supply, and you're going to end up having to drink these nutrients at some stage. That's what's showing up in the UK. Lots of nutrients, heavies.
Here in Thailand, it's the same thing. There was some beautiful property, but I couldn't use the water supply because it was a stream, and the stream had all the runoffs from the farms farther upstream. So the water was no good.
Yeah.
Could you filter it?
It doesn't matter filtering. It's like it's in the water. Like the properties, some of the nutrients would probably, get further on down the line than other ones. It depends how much how concentrated it is. But we used to end up with big blooms in our rivers over here from farmers doing shit, but they've stopped all that now. You know, I'm sure you had the same thing in America that you end up with. You know?
And I'm pretty sure they stopped adding phosphorus to any of the
Yeah.
lawn fertilizers and stuff.
They seem to be more into as far as I can see, the farming guys over here they're slowly been dragged back to the organic side. You know,
I would
I
imagine.
think
even the way they used to spray the fields with all the shit and all that. Now it's like hydraulically pumped into the ground, so you don't even get that. It's not air, you know. And that's a lot healthy. You know what I mean? You see the fields within a couple of days, they're fucking lush. You know? And when you talk to them, they're gone. Like, you know what I mean? They're starting to mention all the right names and all that. You know? Yeah.
Well, I think it's just
they're treating all their slurry pits with all like proper, you know, enzymes and all that break it down. You know, that's so then when it's sprayed back on the land, it's, you know.
I think a lot of it has to do like you know, the cannabis industry and the internet. You know, it's getting the information out to the people, and the people are looking for alternatives because we have to produce everything, including the food, at a cheaper and cheaper cost all the time.
Yeah. Like every farmer that's not gone to the alternative side over here is going to pay the big dividend this year, because most of the nutrients come in from, you know, that part of the world that's been war torn at the moment. And you know, do you really need to be sourcing your energy from that far away? You know, and we, especially in the country that I live in, we are a garden. Our country is green. I mean, like we have the most fertile land in anywhere. You know, you could. So it's like,
It's all volcanic, right? So,
yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, we've got serious, you know, plus all the bogs. You know, we've got more bogs in this country than, you know, that sort of thing. So my person has turned up for me to go to the grow shop.
you don't think of all the different countries, stuff's different.
Yeah, so that's it. It's,
Yeah, I'm fading pretty hard. I'm gonna drop out, boys.
I'm going to have to drop out as well, and it's always a pleasure talking to everybody. Buddy, Smiley, Robert, yeah, Ollie, yeah. Eagle looks lovely. You look so cute, Eagle.
Oh, thank you.
Uh-oh.
Really
Thank
does.
you
Yeah.
for popping in.
Neil, oh, what you got? Brokoski, Smiley,
Yo.
Buddy Lee, Captain 420, Green Fingers. Who did I miss?
We're gonna see you
Smiley?
on that smoke show tomorrow.
What you got?
Eventually, yeah. I always come in late, about 11-ish.
Okay.
I think I'll be there. Yeah. And Eagle, you know, it's always fucking awesome fucking talking shit with Eagle.
Thanks, Dal. It's always fucking nice talking shit with you. Gee, tongue
There
tag.
you go.
Later.
Enjoy your night, and yeah, enjoy the experience. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.
Later, Dal.
Peace
And
out.
Smiley, thanks for all them lovely little tips that you hand out in gems all the time when you're just going through your grow room. You know,
Funny,
it's a pleasure. It's always, yeah. Thank you.
funny hearing everybody say
Peace
good night.
out.
I'm up for the morning. It's funny.
Peace out.
Stay.
Yeah, Howard.
I think it's funny. Eagle had a button-up shirt on when he ate that chocolate, and then he fucking you could tell it slowly hit because he changed his shirt. Now he's full go.
Oh, you mean when he unbuttoned his button? That's when he
the
unbuttoned
Eagle
his
I think
button,
it's settled in now. He's full gopher.
snapped that button off. That's how it started choking him. Yeah, the top button all the way buttoned up. I was like, what the hell?
Oh, he
All the
was,
way
he was
buttoned up.
business mode, man.
No, I was digging that fucking laughing you guys fucking the bow tie. I'd never wear a bow tie. Never. Never ever.
Ever, ever, ever.
Never ever.
Touch me on that little priest color, little white sleeve that goes in between there real quick.
Like the new hipster thing. There you go.
It's been fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I think you look pretty sharp in some of these new shirts you're wearing, Eagle.
Thanks. Shit. I actually have some cool ones, cannabis ones coming. I can't wait to unveil. couple of them fuckers are loud. I'll give you that. A couple of them are just flat out loud, but I'm wearing them anywho.
There's a couple of them over here with the leaf on them that are really nice. They did a really nice job with the pattern and the material.
I like the button up look though. I'm digging it. I was actually shopping for button ups for the grandson the other day. I was a little bummed I couldn't find them in his size yet. I was looking.
Yeah. If you buy him a couple sizes bigger, if you find them, you're like, look, I found one that's gonna grow into this one. It gets to get bigger. Like, yeah.
Oh, you'll know. When I find them, you'll know. Because there'll be tons of pictures of me and little man in our button ups.
You're gonna find matching ones, a whole bunch of matching ones, just every single one.
Now, Eagle, do you find people when you're out treat you a little bit differently? Wearing a button up compared to just t-shirts?
And sadly, I do.
I do too. That's why I'm wearing them here.
That's all I used to wear was button ups because it was like the player thing to do, like California style, you know, polo t-shirts and button ups. Like t-shirts were like what we wore underneath that shit. It was like,
I get
yeah.
that every winter though. I was kind of thinking about that today, button up aside. From being just head to toe covered with not being able to see no tattoos. I get treated differently in the winter time than I do in the summertime. 100%. 100%. I know that sounds weird, but it's being them covered as I am with tattoos. It's a thing. It's a real thing.
Get a suit coat, put that over anything, you get instant respect.
Yep.
Respectful.
And
who?
here, and
I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. A lot of people that I've never really had anybody give me like dirty looks or anything about the tattoos. Some weird looks, 100%. Looks in general, yeah. But it's amazing how easily I can just blend, or you know what I mean? Just kind of push through without either. You know what That's it, really. Either way, there's good, bad looks, but when I can fully, cover it up, I can just incognito slip right through basically, not even have to worry or even notice.
well, I don't have tattoos, but coming to Thailand and wearing those type of shirts, I get treated a lot different than if I wore a t-shirt. And here in Thailand, if I had a watch, then that even elevates me even more because they're more of a social class driven culture.
But is it your cell phone your watch?
Basically. I know it's mine.
I'm just wearing the
It
watch.
seems pretty redundant to have a watch and have a cell phone.
Naked as
But
fuck. I
A
feel
lot of
naked.
people wear watches.
Watch is a fashion statement these
Yeah,
days.
fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel naked with that one, dude. I still feel naked with that one. I haven't wore one for so long. I used to have one with the clear back and you can see all the mechanical shit working, so I take it off all the time. The cat swiped it off the fucking counter. Fucking right in front of me. Because he's watching the gears moving and shit, and he's fucking exploded the face. I never got it fixed, and then somebody stole it right after.
There's shows on the financial channels about John Mayer, the guitar player. They estimate that 40% of his wealth, which he's estimated to be worth over 100 million something, is invested in watches. And he's a nut. He has like Rolex, that isn't even an investable watch. He's into these other watches
One
that are
off.
old. Yeah. Super expensive $1 million watches and shit.
That's wild.
Black Nixon's my favorite. Black on black Nixon, fucking all rubber strap. Because I used to work with golf carts, like electricity. I didn't want to get my shit all fucked up. Yeah, like the rubber bands.
Watches these days are so fucking huge. Even at that, I couldn't even. I must.
Did you ever get the Swatch? Wasn't that?
Yeah.
The Swiss watch. The Swatch.
Yeah.
Back in
Yeah,
the
those were popular when I was like a teenager. That was it. A million designs.
They're still collectible.
You switch the bands. You could trade the bands with your friends in high school. Get trade the band colors out.
Yeah.
All the cool kids know about that show.
Funny.
Depending on what year they were born, too.
Isn't nowadays it's the fucking customizable Crocs, isn't it? It's like similar to the Swatch.
Crocs.
Now that you say that, I've seen some crazy decorated fucking Crocs on like memes and reels and shit.
Yeah.
Like, it was
I've
like
seen some
trend, I
fucking
don't know what the fuck.
pimped out Crocs, bro. Pimped out.
Yeah,
Fucking.
some double spoiler on one.
I got the Bobo Crocs. Not the
I seen, dude. I fucking saw Crocs with like little nut sacks hanging, like you would see on a fucking on a
Yeah.
SUV.
Little truck nuts. Yeah, I saw that.
Well, like for a couple years now in Masonic's little circle, there's this guy Jerome, who's an old school grower, and he had a meme or a thing where because he's into Crocs and these designs, where he showed his foot and like dared people to show your Crocs. And then they still I guess one day a week is Croc Day, and yeah. On the Discord, you see the craziest designs, a lot of Pokemon designs, like you name it, you can find a Croc that's designed like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they got ton of Crocs over here.
The hunting ones, the camel ones, somewhere. I
Don't they
can't find
call
them.
Don't they call them Cayman over there though?
Cayman. Random Cayman.
Funny.
No, not so much.
No, it was like a
Not so funny, I guess.
very big miss right there, my guy. Fuck.
I'm out here with Crocs and a sweater on at 38 degrees.
It was 114 or some shit. I don't believe my thermometer, but I do because I still don't believe it.
Well, we were like cruising in the lower temperatures for last week, but today it was 87 and hot. I mean, that wasn't that hot, but it was like 15, 20 degrees hotter than it's been. So I imagine that translated even hotter out by you, Green Fingers.
Yeah, 118 and then it dropped 77 quick.
Fuck, it's supposed to be fucking why in the fuck am I been? Fucking 70 this weekend. 70 this week in Michigan. At least up here.
Yeah, 70 right
It
now.
was warm today and it's gonna be warm. Well, warm yesterday. It's gonna be warm today again. It's cold right now.
Is that what's considered the Indian summer, or what actually criteria makes for a? Doesn't it have to frost and then warm back up or something like that?
Hotter
Yeah.
2 weeks into winter or some shit. Or
Yeah.
warmer 2 weeks.
What is the
I don't know
definition?
about the frost part. I just thought it was like a lull. You get that fall weather, then all of a sudden you get that week in October. That's nice. That it was considered the Indian summer. No, I didn't think frost mattered.
And we just get Santa Ana winds around here. We don't get that. None of that shit. We just get hot winds all the time, like hot. Just like somebody's blowing a heater at you. You're like, what the fuck is going on, dude?
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically offshore, that desert heat builds up and then wants to blow out to the coast across all
Honestly,
of Southern California.
I'm honestly surprised we can say that without being politically correct these days. What are they going to try to change that to? Just say it. Just saying. They try to change everything else.
Yep, agree.
Native wind.
Santa Ana winds.
sure nobody's gonna be mad about it. It warmed up.
Nope.
The weather warmed up. Nobody's mad about it.
It comes from the Santa Ana passes. That's why. Right.
Yeah.
It's the people that
It
were
used
getting-
to be, when I grew up, it would be in August and September. And it was like a pleasant thing. The humidity be dry and make for good sunset, clear air. But it was only like a couple days during that period of time. And then over all these years, it's all the time. Not all the time, but it could be in the winter. It could be in January. It could be fucking April. It's not just in August, September. It's a condition that used to be. It's kind of all the time.
It's kind of crazy. It's like whenever it wants. It's like, you know, it's gonna be hot today, windy.
Well, the heat of it, but it's also like single digit humidity, like which normally most of Southern California, 50% humidity makes it comfortable. But when Santa Ana blows, it goes down to like 8% humidity or 11% humidity, real low.
Suck out of your face. Like you literally lose the water weight within a day if you sweat everything up. So,
yeah. Yeah.
Love when
And-
you grab your rolling tray and there's already one rolled and ready to go on there.
6 minutes till 4:20.
those plants.
That's just a good start to the morning. If you get up, there's already one there.
I pre-roll mine for the day. Well, a couple days.
I remember that when you were out here, Captain, you every morning would roll up all your joints for the day.
There you go.
Well, it's a lot easier to, do it in the morning and do it on a table. And then you don't have to carry papers around. And for me, it's a rolling machine and then tips because it's hard for me to roll with my hands. So roll them up in the morning and anytime you want to smoke, good to go.
Always joked about getting Smiley like a John Hopper vest for the events because he's always got the tins with pre-rolls in them.
I need that. That's why though, man. Everybody brings their jars there. Like they're sitting there trying to fucking find a place to break it up and roll it always, and it makes it easier to just be like, here, let's fucking look it up.
And if you got 6 or 7 or 8 different kinds and you got a quart jar of each, man, those get heavy.
That's why I forgot to, I wasn't able to throw that in when Tao was on. But when he was showing the pictures of eating contests, he still had your basically caregiver backpack on there. Is what it reminds me of these days when I see a backpack like that. I'm like, oh, that's the early caregiver days there when you were walking around with jars in the backpack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Till you break one in your backpack and then you stop walking around with jars in the backpack.
Yeah, that was I've had that happen.
Yep. It was one of them light bulb moments. I remember it too, and it broke, and I was like, "Oh fuck! I guess that's pretty stupid to have it in glass. Like, fuck." It's
Tupperware.
yeah, I was like, "Huh? Guess I'm not doing that no more."
But then the other side of that, we never really let them too far out of our fucking, you know what I mean? They were always in reach. And that's it, never necessarily. I know my backpack didn't get thrown around. It was always within arm's reach. Not like I was throwing it around. I took good care of the backpack. There was always good stuff in it.
I fucking kept that shit in my back, bro. Hell yeah. Don't let that shit out of sight.
It's my pillow that night when I go to bed.
3 minutes to 420.
Oh shit.
2-minute warning.
Came out bad.
And you
Yeah.
don't set your backpack down just any place. If there's any way you like make sure it's leaning up against something.
Yeah.
Because I've watched people at the club put their backpack on those restaurant benches and they just go plop.
My favorite instance with the backpacks and like knowing somebody had a backpack was dropping a vehicle off at the tranny place and having to sit in the lobby because you don't leave your backpack in with the oil change people and or you know what I said. I always had sitting there at the backpack looking across the room because I heard his jars jingle and shit when he set it down. I was like, what you do?
Fucking Eagle's like, I heard that. Yep. Going over there. Fuck yeah.
Go outside, burn one while the oil change.
These days you can tip with them. You ever give it like fast food drive up? Anybody give out joints when they? No,
Yep. Yep.
Nope.
I do.
Window washers, the homeless guys that want to wish they start squirting shit on your window. I just fucking give them a nug and tell them to leave my shit alone before they start squirting shit in my window. Take this and just leave my window alone.
Definitely not the fucking fast food places because they fuck up my order every time. So why the fuck should I give them a joint? Fuck you. You know what I mean? They're always
Taco
like,
Bell.
yeah, dude. Anyway, fucking McDonald's, fucking anywhere, dude. They just suck. They're like, oh, you didn't ask for extra pickles? No, bitch, motherfucker. I ain't giving you a joint now. Fuck you. No, I'm straight. I hate that shit. I hate that shit. You don't deserve a joint.
I like it because I get a free meal. Like, come back and we got your name. Like, give us your name. It's on the list.
Hey, it's 420, guys. Sorry.
Oh, shit, cheers.
Happy 420. I know the Taco Bell at my in my parents' town. Man, gave them a joint. Next thing you know, you go in the next time and you get like a burrito and it's like 3 pounds. They just hook you up.
It's like 3 pounds. Fucking
yeah.
Yeah, I've never done that to any of those fast food places. Like he said, they ain't fucking got my shit right. I got a list of stuff I still got to pick up like a year ago. No, yeah.
Or
So-
you go in and instead of ringing up, a $3.99 meal, they ring up the, 99-cent kid meal.
Oh, oh,
Score.
I had to like, I grouped the people that were around me. Yeah, I went into me. This is true story. Fuck true. I stopped into my fucking McDonald's the other day. Fuck it. I'll eat some fucking McDonald's. And I'm standing there in line. And I look up the menu. And I was thinking about getting the McDouble, the bacon McDouble anyway. Right? So I look over and I'm thinking, well, either 2 for $6 every fucking day. Every day. I look over and I'm reading the menu and I look over and what's multiple things I thought were funny here. But as I'm scanning down because it says dollar menu and there's like 99 cents. It grew in the same dollar menu. 99 cents, 99 cents, $1.69. And then we get all the way up to my bacon McDouble, which was $3.99.
Yeah, fuck that.
And it has a little buy one, get one for $1. And I gathered a couple of people around. I'm like, I'm pretty decent at math, but isn't that bacon McDouble right there? If I buy one and get one for $1, $4.99, and we all agreed it was $4.99. I said, so why would I drive through and get them for 2 for $6 all day long? So when the lady come up, I actually asked her. I'm like, what's up with she's like, I already know what you're gonna say. And we don't know why, and nobody ever fucking catches it. But yes, if you just say, yeah, I will buy one, get one, yeah, it's much cheaper than the everyday meal. 2 for $6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, you know what? You guys are fucking rip people off. Fuck you.
They have those posted on the window by the drive-through where we live, and it's all the daily deals. So you get the daily deals, and on Friday with the fillet of fish Friday, you get buy one get one free. So we'd always go in and get a buy one get one free every Friday.
And if the fucking fillet of fish is not on sale, it's like fucking $6 a fucking fish.
Yes.
But what the fuck, man?
Next time you go to McDonald's and you're gonna get that deal, tell them you want to buy one, get one for $1. You don't want the 2 for $6. You actually have to say that.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah,
say the daily
yeah.
deal. What's the daily deal? Like, because it might be a different thing each day, but like that burger, I never seen that one. So, and all local ones are different. Your McDonald's are different. It sucks.
Through that. Most of them around here are 2 for $6.
Like,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Go to fucking BK, get fucking like 2. I think it's like 2 for fucking $6, and Big Kings or some shit like that. But it ends up being $6.69. I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about with the six. No, it should be $6.39. Okay, not fucking $6.69. What the fuck's wrong with you guys? We only $1 fucking soft drinks. Oh yeah, no. Fucking, you charge me $1.59. Where the fuck's this 59 cents coming from? It's not $1 no more. Oh god damn. I was hungry until I fucking had to look at your fucking shitty ass fucking math over there. God damn. Hate that shit. Pisses me off.
Tell us how you really feel, Casper.
Oh fuck yeah, I'm gonna tell you how I really feel. Fucking, I'm like a fat kid loves fucking cake, bro. You know what I mean? I roll up in there, I'm like, yo, I want a cheesecake. They're like $75. You're like, what the fuck? I ain't getting that cheesecake, bitch. Fuck you.
Damn, that cheesecake must have crack on it or something.
Dude, it's got crack, mushrooms, and fucking.
Wow, it's fucking a lot of money.
It's got peyote and fucking molly on the inside. Fucking crazy.
That's a cheesecake.
That's a
I think.
cheesecake.
That's a fucking cheesecake.
Yeah. 1,000 milligrams of fucking THC in there. Holy shit. Now I would pay for that. Goddamn.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I
would.
think we all would. Fuck.
I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be going back to work my lunch break, but hey, you know, fucking.
Never know. You never
No,
know.
I would not go back in. No way. I'd be like, fuck me. I'm gonna sit in the parking lot and sleep. Damn.
I miss those days. Just partying. Fuck. Smoke some weed.
Yeah. Some of you got fucking fired the other day at my job. Fucking, he rolled a blunt at one of the picnic tables that was like about 75 feet away from the door, and the fucking wind was blowing directly towards that way. All the fucking weed went right into the building. People were like, what the fuck? Like, he walked outside, and the kid's like, and I'm like, bro, oh man. You're probably gonna get fired. And he's like, what? I'm like, you're fucking smoking a fat blunt outside the fucking building when we're not supposed to be doing that. You walked inside, they're walking back outside. All right, time to go. It's like, damn, bro, time and a place for everything. Bring some edibles to work.
Right.
Just fucking chill.
Better weed where you only need like 3 or 4 hits off of a 1-y.
Yeah.
These edibles
I
are
used to
live.
shit at the dugout.
Put me to sleep. Or sativa. No. Shit's indica dominant. Nah. Put my ass to sleep. Said it's sativa, but I fell asleep.
First thing though is look which way the wind's blowing, dumbass.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, don't smoke.
That
Just don't
fucking kid
smoke.
was a fool. And then he got caught smoking in work, smoking a fucking a cart in work, bro. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you, bro? Come on,
That was
man.
a big
Dude, we're using $300,000 machines. You fuck up once, you may lop a finger off or an arm or fucking get stuck in the machine. Come on, bro. What's wrong with you?
Right?
And then they find
Weed is so
THC
dope.
in your system and no workers' comp.
No workers' comp. Yeah, you're fucking done.
That's untrue here in Michigan. That's
Shit,
not
yeah.
true in Michigan.
In Mass, it is. Oh, yeah.
Gonna hold you up from
I
your.
don't like your safety meetings in Mass. It's bullshit.
Fucking terrible. I cut a finger. I cut a finger off one time, and I lost 4 pints of blood, and they couldn't find anything in my system, and they still said I was high. I was like, what the fuck? That's pretty fucked up. I was like, wow, you guys suck. But hey, the first one's to fucking pump you full of fucking Demerol and fucking morphine and all kinds of other shit that fucks you up way worse. Yeah, I mean, I'm over there fucking talking to myself, fucking pissing on myself, for Christ's sake. What the fuck? That's bad news, biz. But God forbid if I have a little bit of fucking weed in my system from fucking last week or some shit. Ah, fuck out of here. People are idiots.
Yeah, glad I'm not one of them.
Yeah, right. Oh, and word of advice: don't cut any fingers off, dude. It fucking hurts. Hurts a lot. Fucking hurts a lot.
They don't regenerate.
It just, no, dude, this thing fucking, dude, they mended it back together with fucking dental fucking like sealant shit. Like, you know, like orange thing that like put the vest on, like eyeglasses, and like fucking do teeth. They put that shit on my finger. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
All right. Yep. No screws, no fucking pins, no nothing. Thing works better than fucking all my other fingers. I'm like, holy shit.
It only
That's
rejuvenates above the white. I told you.
Yeah.
Above the white. Low.
Just the tip.
Crazy.
Just bring it with you. Bring it with you. There's always that chance. Like,
Yeah, I had fucking 2 blood transfusions. Dude, you don't realize how much you fucking lose like out of a finger. You cut a finger off, that shit motherfucking squirts, bro. Like fucking 10 feet, 15 feet. You're like, holy shit. Like,
Holy
you're like, oh boy, this is bad. It's bad news.
This is
Fuck me, dude. 15
Yeah.
fucking feet.
spraying up.
Yeah, fucking whoosh, hitting the wall. I'm like, oh fuck, man. I don't know if that should have happened. Goddamn.
No shit. No, that
It
shouldn't
would be fucked up, dude. I'd probably, I can handle blood, but that.
Bro, I had to take my belt off and like tourniquet my arm, like hold it with my
Yeah,
teeth.
seeing it squirt and shit.
Yeah, dude, it slowed it down. I had to like count fucking the steps I was doing. And then I got back to work the fucking next morning, like about 7 hours later, after getting like my finger reattached. And the fucking guy's yelling at me and shit. He's like, "You still blood everywhere." Blah, 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 blah. I was like, bro, what the fuck would you like me to do, man? I
Sorry,
mean,
I'll be more careful with my squirting.
yeah, I'm sorry I cut my fucking finger off. Fucking sprayed your walls with it, you asshole. Fuck you, man. Damn. I was so
Violation.
pissed about that.
I remember there was a kid I worked with that was real faint around blood like that, and he was like an oil change kid in the shop, and like I don't know, he was standing by the wash sink, and he was holding his finger, like both hands, like this under the water, and he was standing there just white as a ghost, staring at the fucking mirror that was in front of the sink, and I'm like, dude, are you all right? And he's like, I sliced my finger. And I can't look at it or I'll faint. And I was like, what? And I was like, well, let me see, man. Like, just kind of take your hand out of the water. And it was.
And you looked at you.
Dude, it was a huge chunk, and like instantly, just a lot of blood. Fucking. All of a sudden, he's like limp noodle next to me and shit. I'm trying to hold him up. Dude.
He's fucking faint. He's ass over tea kettle this thing. What the fuck? Oh shit! Oh shit! You know what I mean? You're like, oh goddamn.
Yeah, I had to run him to the emergency room.
Yeah, my fucking supervisor didn't believe me. I walked. The warehouse was fucking huge. It fit 18. I'm sorry, 18 wheelers fucking in a row, like lined up. So I had to walk from one end to the other, and I'm bleeding everywhere, and I'm fucking trying to like count, fucking make sure I don't bleed to death.
They make you walk, dude. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, because it happened, and I was like, yeah, I can't wait around for someone to be like, help. No, I was like, fuck that. I tied my shit up and I fucking walked, and I got to the thing, and the guy was like, you didn't cut your finger. So I released my tourniquet, and the motherfucker squirted against the wall, and he was like, holy shit. He was just like fucking, the dude like sat down on the ground because he got all lightheaded. I'm like, someone needs to drive me to the hospital. Someone needs to drive me to the fucking hospital. I'm all fucked up. I'm like, it's the guy with the fucking minivan. He's like, I'll fucking get you to the hospital. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. By the time we get to the hospital, I was fucking whiter than a ghost, bro. They were like, can we see your finger? I'm like, sure. I opened it up and passed out. Woke up on the emergency table, like, oh fuck. Oh, all right. Well,
bled out nearly, didn't you?
I lost fucking 4 pints of blood, bro. I was fucking.
What do you got? 8?
Damn, dude.
I don't even know. I don't even know how many fucking pints of blood, but I lost a lot, bro. I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, because when you give blood, you like take more than one.
Yeah, that's it, right? Now, picture that times 4. It's like,
and they make you sit there to make sure you ain't gonna pass out after that little bit.
Yeah.
It's like I'm thinking I'm gonna pass out. I've already lost half my fucking damn blood in my body. Like, oh fuck.
Your adrenaline. It sounds like your adrenaline kicked in.
It did until I hit the hospital, and they were like, show us. So I unwrapped it, and it squirted, and I saw it, and I was like, good night.
Yeah, your body knew you were in a safe place to fucking fade.
Yeah.
Like, y'all got me now.
I was like, get me on a fucking tourniquet. Oh, this is bad. Yeah. Holy shit. That was crazy.
Was a helicopter for me.
Oh man.
I laid on the ground for like 5 or 6, 7 minutes before they found me.
A helicopter?
Yeah, I fell 34 feet off of a scaffolding.
Holy shit.
Oh fuck, huh? I must have felt pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Fuck, bro. 44 fucking feet, man. Holy shit.
Still hurt, doesn't it, Cap?
Yeah, it hurts.
He's like, no, it felt fucking delightful, bro.
Unless you go alive, dude. That's fucking, oh yeah.
That's crazy, bro. That's fucking nuts. That is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as I hit the helicopter, though, it was like, okay, time to pass out.
Fuck yeah, because they're like, listen, I don't know if we have that blood, but we're gonna do something for you. Put you some fluids in there or something. Oh, it's nasty. Oh man, it was fucking disgusting. I remember I was 13 years old though. We were fucking bike riding, jumping dirt jumps. My buddy trying to fucking he tried a bar spin, 2 bar spins, and he fucking got around 1.5, and he landed, and the fucking bar end went right into his spleen. I was like, holy shit! Took a plug right out of him, bro. He was fucking gushing. And then check this out. We're in the back of this fucking cemetery, and I had to ride him on my fucking pegs all the way to the hospital, about 1.5 miles away. This motherfucker was bleeding everywhere, all over me the place, bro. Oh my god, I couldn't believe he fucking was standing on the back of the peg still. I was like, holy shit, like, you're a fucking superhuman, bro. Like you're like pumping blood, not like squirting. You're like pumping blood. It was fucking terrible. Oh man, fucking dirty. Oh,
As soon as you said that fucking bar spin, I knew where you were going with the fucking cookie cutter on the end of that bitch.
yeah, it had
I
no
knew
bar.
what you were gonna say, man.
Yeah, it had.
My
It took
buddy
a
fucking
plug.
get plunged under his collarbone, and it went damn near all the way through underneath his collarbone.
Yeah, it hit his fucking stomach, bro, and it was like, whoomp, and like just took like a fucking big plug out of it, and he like pulled it out, and I was like, holy fuck, you have a giant hole. Holy shit. And he's like, I don't want to look at it. He's like, I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at it. I'm like, yeah, let's just get in the back of the pegs, bro. Just here's my t-shirt. I fucking ripped my t-shirt off and like wrapped around his stomach because he was all fucked up. He was in the hospital for what fucking 9 days. Ruptured his spleen. He had fucking septic throughout the whole system. And I rode him there on my bicycle. I was like, holy shit.
That's crazy. You saved his life.
Damn.
Yeah, bro, I had nothing else.
Thank you.
Man.
Tourniquet,
crazy.
and then getting him there, you saved his life.
Yeah. And now I made him stuck his thumb in that hole.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and then he wrapped the whole. Yeah, I had like a t-shirt on. He wrapped that whole shit up, and we fucking booked it out of there, bro.
You're a tough fucker. And make that like holding on one hand on the tags, thumb in a hole in your stomach.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds fun.
He was holding his left hand was holding, his right hand was holding the thing, and I'm just fucking. I'm fucking booking it, bro. I'm fucking booking it. Yeah, 420 in chat's like, note to self: don't hang out with Grokowski. Man, I did a lot of fucked up things, and I did a lot of fucked up things when I was younger. Okay, dirt bike riding, fucking all kinds of shit, stupid shit.
Surprised you guys didn't pour gunpowder in it and light it on fire to water it.
No. That came afterwards, bro. We went back there. He wanted to redeem himself, so we fucking filled it full of logs, put gasoline on it. Yeah, it was great. It's funny you said that because we really did that shit, dude. And he was like, "I'm fucking conquering this." I'm like, "Bro, you had a plug taken out of you. What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like, holy shit. He's like, "Yeah, I'm doing it." So I had to be the asshole, and I was like, "You want me to do it first?" He's like, "Kinda." I'm like, "All right." I fucking went over it, dude. Fucking flew over that thing, dude. Fucking, I was not getting fucked up. Missed the whole landing ramp and shit. Fucking landed, but I was all fucked up, man. Oh man, it was bad. And then he tried it, and he didn't do the bar spin though. He forgot that whole part. He was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna jump it." I'm like, okay, better off, bro. Fucking shit. It was fucking crazy, bro. Yeah, man, living in the city, I've been through some shit, bro. I've had people get hit by cars, and then fly in the air and get hit by another car going the other direction. Holy shit! I was like, what do I do now? Do I stop? Help? I don't know what the fuck I do. I don't know.
Yeah, hit by what?
Huh?
Car.
What'd you say?
I said he got hit by what?
He'd be a car. Don't. What the fuck? You gonna make fun of my? Yeah, whatever, bro. I know what you were. I know what you were going for. So you get fucking hit by one car, right? And then the next fucking car, fucking dude, it whacked him in the air, and he fucking ended up almost getting ran over by that one. It was a bad situation.
Sounds wicked.
It was fucking wicked. It was wicked, bro. You're a dick. Why you make me sound? Don't stop making me fucking sound. Come on, you son of a bitch.
Marley's making me laugh at a guy getting hit by 2 cars.
Yeah, right. Fucking God, Jesus Christ.
You
Yes,
guys
the
are
guy ended
good.
up okay, all right? Smiley, you fucking jerk. He's like, what was that? A car? All right, yeah. I love it. It's so funny how you guys fucking think like Boston accents are fucking so funny. I don't know. I just fucking I think Michigan accents are fucking funny. You know what I mean? And Minnesota, those don't you know those goddamn accents. I fucking hate those things. They sound like Bobby's World. Fucking shit.
Oh,
Nice recovery, Koski.
I love Bobby's World.
I love Bobby's World too, but
Auto
gee golly, girl, don't you know? You know, get the fuck out of here. I hate that shit. I was so confused. Fucking Howard Mandel, this fucking guy.
He's great.
Now he plays fucking the germaphobe on fucking America's Got Talent. What the fuck? Goddamn.
Farther fall, man. We'll see you guys, man. It's fun hanging.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Eagle.
Peace, Smiley.
All right, brother.
Take it easy.
He's fucking funny. Eagle, you're the man, bro. Haven't talked to you in a while. How you been, bro?
Good, man. Pretty good.
Yeah. Looks like you have a fucking department store behind you.
Yeah. Well, a bunch of cool shit.
Definitely cool. Bunch of cool shit, yeah. Fucking
Better.
Some of my cannabis memorabilia throughout the year.
fucking right, dude. Look how fucking nice you keep that shit, huh? Me, I'd be wearing it around, fucking be fucking underneath cars and shit, fucking change oil with them. I don't give a fuck about them clothes. I had a Mark Messier shirt one day and I fucking wore it to fucking school, spilled grape juice all over. My father was fucking pissed, bro. He was like, what the fuck? He played for the Oilers at the time. He was like, do that jersey's fucking dough. And I'm like, oh yeah, well, yeah, it was comfortable.
Well, some shit I wear, obviously, but like the most of that shit signed or was given to me by somebody fucking cool. Either given to me by them themselves, or it's definitely been signed. Or
Right. Oh yeah.
shit like
Fucking fuck yeah, bro.
Put it on the walls instead of in boxes.
Yeah.
Coat back there. That's my there's multiple. I love that coat back there. If it didn't say the fucking Weekend at Bernie's practically on the back of it these days.
It says Weekend at Bernie's in the back. I would fucking rock that thing. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
No, that's unfortunately due to legal purposes.
What?
That's who it would basically be supporting. You know,
What the dead guy that was fucking Weekend at doing the Dougie and shit? I love that guy.
Slowly piecing it together. Yeah. That's basically my the dank coat. When I was a rep, that was given.
Oh yeah, sentimental value. I got you, brother.
But on the back, unfortunately, it does as much as I love it. If you said TGA, I would still wear that coat. But unfortunately, through legal purposes, if as much as I love Sub and everything he did and all that shit, he got ripped off in the end.
I got fucked, bro.
And now, due to legal purposes, and people that are recreating shit that wasn't even his work, they're still pushing fakes under his name. So if I walk around wearing that coat, then I'm more or less suggesting people to go fucking, you know what I mean? And as much as I love Sub, I wouldn't put a fucking dime in them Weekend at Bernie motherfuckers' pocket. So that's why that's on the down.
all right. So are we talking about the same thing? Weekend at Bernie's is like a movie that I fucking know.
Yeah, exactly. They're still taking a dead man's legacy and fucking.
Yeah. All right. Now, goddamn, I didn't look that far into it. You
Are
son
the
of a bitch.
weekend at
Goddamn.
Bernie's.
Holy shit.
Now I get it.
Yeah, now I get it. Goddamn, bro.
Yeah,
That's
now I
actually
get it
kind
too.
of way deeper, bro. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
I like that movie. Now I'm never gonna think of the movie the same. Thanks for ruining it for me, bro. The fuck?
Yeah. You kind of.
Yeah, they fucking just they're beating a
Nah,
dead man's legacy. But
fuck.
weekend at Bernie motherfuckers. I mean, that's every time you've seen me talk with Mendo Dope, and we jokingly are talking between the lines there, but I always talk about weekend at Bernie's when it comes to that shit.
Right. Fucking hillbilly, yeah, bro. I have those night terrors, bro. That's about almost that time for me too, dude. I don't sleep that often, and when I sleep, I get crazy fucking night terrors, fights, and I'm in fights and shootouts, and I don't know what the fuck, man. I don't even watch TV before I go to bed. It's fucking terrible. What the fuck? Sorry to go on a rampage there, but yeah, but hillbilly, I mentioned that. Fucking night terrors suck, dude. They really are not cool.
I kicked the wall after because after my grandma died, I had a dream she came back. I was fucking freaked out like she was a zombie. I fucking started kicking the shit out of the wall. Fucking almost broke my legs. Fucking
Bro,
2 years ago.
crazy. Both my kids have seen my grandmother. Never met her in her whole entire life, but I've seen her and described her, and I showed a picture, and their faces turned white like that. I was like, what, hold the fucking phone here. Wait a minute. God damn, you hold on. So there's dead people in your room right now? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, fuck me. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell fucking no. Nope. Goddamn, nope. But kids are weird, man. They remember that shit.
They're clairvoyant. They don't even know it.
Ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah. Let me show my fucking auto plants real quick before I fucking get out of here. If you don't mind, Eagle, is that cool with you?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Fucking 57 days old.
You got me lost in the sub issue. Go ahead. We're gonna.
Are you mad at me? I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, all right. I was like, what the fuck, man?
I was in a mushroom place and then spun me there for a sec. Sorry.
Yeah, dude, I took mushrooms on Saturday. No, another story for another day. Holy fucking shit. I was, whew,
I think I took them on Sunday.
oh man, I was fucking, oh man, torn up from the floor up. It was great. It was good times. Good fucking times, yeah. Definitely good times.
Oh, yeah.
Damn it, I'm asking questions and my mic's off. How many do you have in your little room there?
My little room? Which one?
In the tent.
Oh,
in your tent.
This one, all right. So I have like fucking 7 tents. Fucking this right here is this is a 3x3. This is my auto tent usually. It's a 200 watt chilled light. Fucking, I don't like to run much more than that shit. In this tent, anyways.
1, 2, 4, 5, 6. How many?
There's 7.
7. Damn, I couldn't count all of them.
Yeah, there's 4 great Rolexes from Rockbud, and then there's fucking
Is that those long ones?
no, the long ones are Anvil by formerly known as Mandalorian, which are I guess now called Two Gnome Genetics or some shit. I have no idea. What the fuck they want to change their name to? Either way, it's pretty.
That was a big ass plant.
Fucking black, fucking dude, black. Like it's fucking black, bro. I'm like, what the fuck? Come on, here we go. Yeah, I grew them in trash barrels too. I sent trash barrels from fucking what's it called? Dollar Tree about a year ago. I was like, you know what? These are probably like 2.34 gallons, almost 3 gallons. Fuck it, I'm gonna buy them 99 cents a piece. I spent $10, kept them in my basement, and all of a sudden I was like, you know what? How about I fucking grow with them? And I did. I'm gonna show you guys. It's pretty fucking funny. Uh, do, 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 do. Are you gonna go on? What the fuck's the goddamn camera? This fucking piece of shit.
That's so funny.
That sucks. I fucking stepped on it so many times it just doesn't want to fucking work right. Man. Let's fucking try this again. Hold on. Are you fucking shitting me right now? Oh, you fucking. All right, so another camera. Let's go with the other camera. Yeah. Fuck, which is like 780. That's pretty shitty quality. All right, let's try this again. What the fuck? All right, which camera do they show now? Integrated camera. So this one.
Oh shit.
All right, so
There
you
we
see,
go.
okay. Can I go solo screen or no? There we go. Look at you go. This might have cut out on you guys. I'm not fucking sure. God damn. All right, so these right here, 50, I think like 57 days
Mm-hmm.
from a seed. We got the great Rolex V2s from Rockbud on the sides. But I'm trash barrels, small ones. And then yeah, so not bad size autos.
All right.
All right, nice fucking fat bud right here.
Yeah.
Another one. They're all the same stream. This is a Great Rolex V2. Then this one back here is fucking. This motherfucker back here. She's a fatty. Now this is where it gets interesting, right? So Anvil from Mandalorian Seeds or Two Gnome Genetics, what the fuck they're called. Look how black this shit is, bro. Like just fucking black almost, dude. Compared to this.
Yeah. Yeah. You can see the difference.
Yep. So all this right here, there's 3 of these plants right here. Doing good. Real nice. Real nice. Well, 57 days in.
Crazy for 57 days. It's wild.
It's not bad, right?
No.
Oh,
Not at all. Fucking it's doing pretty good. Even a lower buzz, dude, for what it's worth. There you go.
nice.
You know what I mean? These lower buds are fucking beautiful.
Looking good.
Yep. So, dude, this plant's fucking. I can't believe how fucking black this thing is. Like, what the fuck? Crazy. Definitely awesome. Yeah, 57 days in. Yeah, I grew them in fucking.
What does the dark one smell like?
So the dark ones, it's just now starting to fucking create some terpenes. Like I've had strains that don't do that because it was only in veg until like fucking maybe 1 week ago. This one's been in flower since like day 27 or 28.
Jesus Christ.
This one's a way longer veg, but
27. Crazy.
it still just kind of smells like plant, bro. It's fucking weird. Yeah, honestly, this one right here does not smell like fucking.
So they
Holy
don't
shit.
stink. They don't stink.
These ones do. These ones right here, fucking holy fucking purple. It smells like all types of fucking purples, man. It's just purple, like grape mixed with like a real fucking fruity, almost like a grapefruit smell. Weird, but it's grape. Grape with like a weird type of smell. But these other ones, they started out late. These ones were already flowering. You know what? You see how far that? You know, these are all the same age. So these ones right here have been fucking definitely flowering out for like, you know, almost 60 days. These say they were supposed to run 72 days. I don't know about that, buddy. That's just 20-day fucking flower. I don't know. But although this thing has been fucking spreading out pretty quickly. So maybe. My ABC plant, my Australian basket cannabis fucking didn't have any smell until day 63, and then all of a sudden it just stunk. It fucking stunk. I was like, holy shit. Oh, it smells so fucking good though. Beautiful. So yeah,
I ate
50.
some of that recently and wasn't quite impressed with that Australian bastard.
See, I didn't mind it, right? Over here, I have a one that was stunted out same day. So this one's 57 days old. Also, it's fucking 3 Bears OG by Mephisto, and I fucking whacked it with way too much nutrients in the beginning, and it slowed it down. But for what it's worth, it's still growing. And I have I got two, or I think I have 2 Locomotion OG. I actually just watered these things. And my fault, I didn't put my heater on because it's starting to get chillier out. So the fucking ground was kind of cold. So the fucking temperature was a little bit lower. So they're kind of wilting a little bit. And fucking, yeah, I got 3 juice box OGs and 2 Locomotion OGs. Yeah.
It is that time, guys.
All right, guy.
5 a.m. Holy shit.
So here's my outdoor dry tent. I gotta fucking pull my shit down.
All right, I'm gonna sign off. I got
Yeah.
a splinter. I gotta dig out of my finger. I'll see you around, everyone. Have a good week.
Cheers,
Love
cheers, guys.
Peace, bud.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Times are
Thanks.
better left to fester.
Yeah, it
Later,
did
Eagle.
from yesterday, and I thought I
See you,
got it
buddy.
out, but there's still
Later,
something
guys.
in there.
All right. Have a good one.
All right.
Cheers. Thanks for having me on, Eagle.
Yeah. Hey, thank you for popping in.
All right, man. Pause. Later, buddy.
Peace.
Hold what you got. Thank you for popping in. I'm glad to be company while you trim, brother.
Cheers, buddy. Enjoyed it. I enjoyed hanging out with you guys. I'm high as fuck. The rooster's barely even crowing yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go off to get some chores done, and I hope you all have a great day. Take care.
Cheers, Holler.
Peace out.
See you.
We'll holler.
Robert, good seeing you again. Have a good night. Eagle, as always, it was wonderful. Thanks for coming on today. It really helped me out a lot. I appreciate it.
I got in a little deep.
Enjoy the ride.
That's leveling. Level.
Thanks.
Peace and love.
All right. Everybody go plant some seeds. Fucking eagle. Peace. I see that butt plug in the back got moved. Yes. Been getting some action. Hey. Peace out. Love you, brother. Have a great night. I'm gonna go fucking laugh my ass off and try to fall asleep. Fucking love you, bro. Have a great day. Crazy.
On a serious note, though. Serious. If you do fucking spend any money at the dank, you are 100% every dollar of that shit goes to Will and Vicky. None of it goes to Jill or anybody else. So, and you will be buying recreations. So, with that being said, if this is the end of your day, your journey, please get some rest. If this is the beginning of your day, your journey, take time out for a little bit of self-love, a little bit of meditation, which I may have to do some this evening. That being said, along the lines of what I am hoping is a very prosperous, I believe, Wednesday for you. Happy home day. Please take time out to do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. And with that being said, I am out of here.